Okay, I think we're about to start.
Wow.
Can you?
There's my sound.
Just testing all the sound.
How'd that
testing
sound
the
test go?
microphone. Pretty good.
Oh. Ah.
Streams. I'll start doing. I'll do a little post about it. I'll do a little demo.
Okay.
Little post
Do it.
in the Moose. I'll say, hey, Moosies, Stram be starting. Son, I have this like anxiety with like text, like typing things, like putting spelling or anything, like putting like, am I wording this right? Like sometimes even tweets. That's why I don't do social media, because they get into my head. And so if I want to get things out fast, I just intentionally spell things wrong and bad. It's like I don't. So they can say like, oh yeah, he's just a silly guy that just spells everything wrong. He's actually a really good speller. He's just doing this intentionally. But yeah.
The secret information.
So I said, hey, Moosies, Stram be starting son. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, darn. I forgot to set up what I need to set up. It might not work. We're going to have to set it up live. Oh, hey. It's the 2022. Is this the first Stram of 2022?
I don't know. I guess so. Yeah.
Last year
because we streamed last year. It was the 31st, wasn't it?
Wow. Yeah. Can you believe that it's been an entire year since we had a stream?
Man, feels like a year. What's happened? So much has happened. I don't even know what's happened. It snowed. Oh. I stayed inside because it's been snowing and the city is not clearing the roads.
Nope.
So it's like skating while driving, which is super fun.
It's great. This is the apocalypse.
I was actually worried that I was going to be a bit late for us to start, because I was dropping off M's for a booster. So it was like, had to get over to West Bank and back. Anyways.
To West Bank?
Yes.
You went across the bridge?
Yeah, I crossed the bridge and back in the morning.
Dude, that is really brave. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, I'm proud of me too.
Why can't you save images from
NFTs? You just right click and save.
Oh, and then it's yours? Wow, yeah. What a great way to
No, it's not yours because you don't have the authentic proof.
Oh, right, that's what makes it important. I was really excited about NFTs for a while, and then I realized that my soul was leaving my body, and so I stopped.
Here's the thing. I think it's unfortunately there's like folks. I was watching some videos that this is the kind of stuff that gives it a bad name. It's like you can go and you can just generate art using this Python script, and you go into like Google Colab and you just generate art, and then you feed it this information, and then you get art back out, and then you can make it into an NFT. That's the stuff that is making it awful. It's like, because the initial concept was so pure. Anyways, whatever. I could rant about that. I won't rant about it now. Did you know that in the history of Penguin there were 388 backgrounds? Wow.
I had the outro screen on, but I was supposed to have the stream starting soon thing on. I messed up, you guys. This is going to be a very confusing stream right off the bat. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm just generally confused. I'm happy to see on your screen right now that you're sharing with me on Discord. I see dancing Kakapo, and that makes me happy. I gotta say, like, the Kakapo thing, it's something about fate. Like, it's just like this character, it just kind of appeared, and it just feels like it was totally non-intentional. It was just this kind of the wonder of finding the right thing at the right time. Because like when I started on the joke, I was basically I started like the clubpartyparrot.com as a joke.
What year did you do that?
Oh man, it was like a few years ago, at least 2 years old. And I was like, you can tell that I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing with this. So I'll just map it to Blogger. So it's like it's a blogspot blog. Like it's and I was like, I'll just draw it, derpy, and so I drew my version of the avatar and was like, look, it's Seed Hog, and I was like, I'll just make this a bit of a joke. And so it started as a joke, But then as I researched the kakapo, because I was like, what is this? Like, why did this meme start? And it's like, oh, it started because of this like rare bird trying to like mate with this like geologist or whatever.
Yeah. It was
the
David
scientist
David
said.
Attenborough.
Oh no, it was Stephen Fry was there with somebody. So, and yeah, Stephen Fry's from like Blackadder and QI. It's a great.
By the
comedian.
way, it's off a side tangent. Best audiobook narrator of all time, Stephen Fry. He did the Harry Potter series. Yeah. He did the Harry Potter series, and he did a better voice than like the actual cast characters. Like I like his Hermione better than Emma Watson. Okay, anyways, continue.
He's really good. Yeah, Mythos was quite good. I enjoyed that one. But everything that I watch is English, so whatever. But it was interesting just to come in across the Kakapo. I'm like, there's only 200 of them in the world? Like, this is, like, too ridiculous to, like, we can't let them go extinct. This is meaningful. Like, it started as a joke. I was like, hey, hang on. This is actually, like, meaningful. You know, and so I like that we've sort of changed from, it started as a meme and is shifting into meaning, just way more up my street. Totally. And I think it's more up the community street too. So, anyways,
all good things start as jokes, I think, or like a lot of good things start as just silliness, and then it's like, hey, that's like all memes. I wonder how many fortunes and businesses have been made just out of a dumb meme that you just farted out while you're on the toilet on your phone. You know what I mean? It's like how many things like in our modern day started that way. It's funny because like the whole idea of getting ideas while you're in the shower, you know, or it's like oh, you have an idea when you're on a run or something, and then that sparks like this whole thing that maybe you start a business or you start a band or whatever. Now that's like those little ideas can rapidly and you like catch fire so quickly these days. You don't have to start a business, you just like start a movement online.
And I think that's why you and I are excited about meme culture. Is it's like it's embracing what creativity is, which is a remix. Like I looked up the definition of the word innovation and innovate yesterday, and it like you would assume when you hear the word innovate that it's like new. Everyone assumes it's like make new, and that is part of the word. But actually, it's like it's to build upon what there was before. Right. When you look up the Oxford Dictionary definition of innovate, it's building upon the past. Yeah, it's totally a fractal. It's totally a remix. Yeah. And so, I don't know. I think remix culture, like, I just want to make the world's remixable and remix. Like, everything's a remix. Yeah. One of my favorite Vimeo videos. It's like one of the only reasons I ever go on Vimeo is to watch that video.
Yeah, a tree is a remix, right? Evolution, right? It's fractals. It's the... It's building off the structures of the past.
And I mean, honestly, AI is a remix.
Yep.
Like you think about it, it's trained on a data set. I've been having a lot of fun playing around with like AI tools this week because I'm trying to see if I can create AI monstrosities. Not the apocalypse, no, like well, unless it's the creative apocalypse.
Well, you know, it's the apocalypse is definitely going to be creative. Whatever it is, it's going to be a very creative
okay, well, it's the apocalypse then. Yeah. Hey, as long as it's fun.
And as long as it's fun and as long as...
Go down laughing. That's what I say.
Yeah, as long as we're not in denial about it. You just got to, you know... I feel like we talk too much about the apocalypse on this show.
It's just a joke.
I know.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I guess, yeah. Did you start yet, by the way? Are we started? When are you starting?
Not yet. I'm gonna start pretty soon here.
At 10, 15?
10, 15. Yeah, we'll just go. We're just chatting.
Well, let me make sure I get the deck 70 up. I've got to find it.
Let me just make sure that all my buttons work here. Hold on, I'm just gonna see. Do all these work. Okay. Let me just see.
I gotta get you some of the music that I composed.
All working here. Just testing out the stream deck here. Making sure it all works, and it all works. Yeah. Okay. Everything works.
I gotta try and like I only have 3 exports on my AI account, but I was composing music based on Penguin music. So I got to try and send you some because it's bonkers.
How
it's
is
utterly
illegal?
bonkers.
Like, I wonder, how do you even deal with that once that emerges and becomes more automated, and then people start using those tracks on their videos? Like, how do you even deal with that?
So the algorithm owns it, and unless you pay for a paid subscription. So in this case, like, I'm just playing around with it to see, like, is this a fun, useful addition as bed tracks, like stuff you can put underneath talking. It's just fascinating to see what the heck, the robot brain thinks. What the heck?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, just let me know whenever you're ready to stream, and then I'll.
I don't know. I was thinking we could start like around 10:15. That seems like the right time to start, for a total random reason. Not related to anything in particular. 10:15 seems like the right time to start. So what are we at, like 10:12 PST party standard time? Hey, what's our PST? We should rename it Party Standard
Time. Yeah.
Okay,
Party Standard Time. And then like all the rooms with clocks can say Party Standard Time.
Right. That's
currently we don't have a party room. We don't have a Party Standard Time clock. I don't think in any of the rooms for Parrot yet. Let me just look.
Well, you should get it.
How many? How are we doing?
Has it been a week? Has it been 1 week? It's been a wild week, man. Crossed over into a new dimension, it feels like.
Go. Party room. I was just looking at items. Derp, 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 derp.
Okay, it's 10:13.
Okay, hopefully I'm awake enough to make to do the community justice. We shall see.
Do justice to the community. Yeah, me too. Oh no, I don't have any water. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get water.
Yeah, look at that. So we don't have any rooms yet. You go get water, but yeah, it looks like we don't have any rooms with a clock yet. That's okay. I've got an idea.
I've got a lot of rooms with a clock. Hold on.
I think clocks are kind of overrated. I should pull up this, see if I can find the chat. Where's the Twitch chat? Oh, hey, Twitch chat. Hey, look at that. Oh, he pushed us live, didn't he? Party Standard Time. Oh, hey. Hi, Imai. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Are you enjoying this natural segue? Because apparently we've started the stream. Must have started at some point. I don't know how long you've been listening, but hope everyone's great. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm assuming that you can actually hear me, considering I've seen some sort of chat here that says something related. Yeah, we started 14 minutes ago. Okay, cool. Wow, who knows what we were talking about even in that last 14 minutes. That's cool. Yeah. What's new, everyone? Did you have a good or reasonably acceptable New Year's Eve? I would say it was pretty uneventful here, but I'm sure it's pretty uneventful for a lot of folks during COVID Palooza.
I'm back.
Oh, there we go. You're back. We're live.
Are we live?
I'm just chatting with the community. So the stream started 14 minutes ago, Polly said.
14 minutes ago.
There we go.
That can't be right. I don't believe that for a second. 14 minutes? Hey, it seems like it's about that time.
It's about that time. Well, should we cue the intro?
Sure. Hold on.
Are you ready?
Yes. Whoa. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, you ready, everybody? If you're ready, say flibbity-doob. Hold on, intro title, intro song.
Flibbity-doob.
Are you ready, everybody? Here we go.
Flibbity-jig.
Here we go. Here's what you've been waiting for. This is the moment. Yay! Wow, look, a new intro screen.
So new.
So
much
beautiful.
Different.
Much different.
More community.
Woo! I love this song. This song is great. This is a brilliant song.
That's why I'm being quiet so that we can hear it.
Okay.
Welcome to the Moose and Polo Show, the most exciting place on the internet. Take it away, guys.
Hello. Wow. You guys, I've done it. I've entered into the Matrix. I'm fully in virtual reality 100% of the time.
Wow. Can you see me in virtual reality?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if I do that, does it help?
Take a good look, everybody. This is where we're all headed. Just going to be living in these things. It's weird because I can actually see like I actually touch the Stream Deck and stuff, but it's like a virtual weird hand. It's crazy. Oh, okay. I don't know what I was going with that type of joke, but
Ha 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 ha. Is that the Oculus?
Yeah.
Yeah, Oculus Go.
No, it's the Oculus Quest 2.
Oh, the Quest 2 is the one. Like, I don't know. I get
this is like the flagship Facebook.
That's the
one.
handheld one, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I've done it. I've played a few games in it. I feel like I'm losing my mind when I'm in it too long. It's weird. It's like you accept the low resolution, and then when you go back into the real world, you're just like, oh, I have a headache. Wow, I gotta use the bathroom. What's going on? It's so weird. I don't know. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Moose and Polo Show.
Welcome.
This is
the greatest show on the internet.
The greatest show on the internet. It is true. This is first show of 2022. I feel a little bit older.
Do you think that resolutions matter, or do you think that they're? What's your stance on New Year's resolutions?
I think this is gonna be the year of 4K. You know, maybe I think we're gonna move away from 1080p. I think that resolution is gonna be like standard definition in the future. I think that's gonna be like the new standard resolution's definitely gonna be like 4K, and then the 4K is gonna be like 8K. And then so on and so forth. It's just a data issue. What do you think? Where are we headed with resolutions in our future?
I can't wait for 16K so I can see the lint. I mean, I was talking to like compositing guys, and they're like, it's crazy if a prop or a costume has like a little hair, like somebody's hairs, like a nose hair fell off and went onto somebody's shirt. You can literally see it right down to the pixel because it's just. You know, yeah, what? Tech 70K. Yeah, Paulie's right. Yeah. It's 70K.
Well, I think we're gonna reach a limit on the resolution, and then we're gonna need to work on like models, like 3D models, because everything's gonna be. We're not gonna want to capture the real world as much as we're gonna want to make new worlds. Mm-hmm. That's what I think, anyways. It's fun. It is crazy how like I've played around in Unreal Engine a bunch, and it is pretty crazy how like you can see the trajectory of where it's going, and you're like, wow, like already it's so easy to make your own little cinematics in it. It's so easy to make your own games. It's so easy to make your own worlds. And if you just look at exponential tech, I think we talked about this last time, but how 20 years ago, what's it going to be like in 20 years from now? Who knows? All I know is hopefully there's lots of mooses wearing suits. That's all I hope, and hopefully there's a lot of partying parrots.
Hey, we'll have our own little silly worlds that are both dumb and wholesome at the same time. That's the mission statement: dumb and wholesome.
Dumb and wholesome. I like that. Dumb and wholesome. Well, dumb and wholesome.
Fun dumb, though.
Fun dumb,
Fun dumb is a particular version of dumb. That's my kind of like that's my flavor of dumb. It's like this is this fun dumb little world.
That's the kind
that actually wants to make a difference.
That's the kind of dumb I identify with. There's something nice about just like when you realize when you stop taking yourself so seriously, you're just like, you know what? I'm pretty dumb, but I like it that way. You know.
Humanity is more interesting.
Yeah.
You know. Because perfection is like, you know, I think that's why the AI generation thing is kind of fun, because it's
super dumb,
so flawed. The flaws are what make it good, you know? Like Star Wars, the original Star Wars was good because it was just so flawed. Like this dumb acting and dumb scenes and stiff moments, and it's kind of led to the charm of it. And I think that's why over time, the prequels aged like a
fine wine.
Cheese.
Yeah,
it's like it's like a fine cheese of like the early 2000s, like cutting edge at the time, because it was too cutting edge at the time when they produced it. It's like now it's like a Stilton, like a nice blue cheese. It's just moldy and full of moldy acting.
Yeah.
At the time it was amazing. That cheese was perfect. It was just
beautiful.
a fine cheddar, and then and then like you give it a year or two, and then suddenly it was like, hang on, it's getting hairy. And then you just let that hair just keep going, and then suddenly it turns blue, and now it's like a fine Stilton. You can have it with a glass of Ribena or something. I don't know.
And you can make it like into salad dressing. But I'd put it on a cheeseburger. I mean, but it's funny because like people don't really like blue cheese as much. It's one of those things. I had a traumatic experience when I was younger with blue cheese. My dad was making a blue cheese dressing. Salad dressing, and he's just like, hey, you want to try this? And he had a big spoonful and just put it in my mouth.
Man, Dad.
It was like, and when you have it that dense, you're like, this is mold. Why am I drinking mold? It's like it's like any sort of spirit or hard liquor. You're like, why am I drinking poison? It's like it is poison, and we're enjoying the effects of poison. It's like
Marmite. You have to have small doses. It's like you can't just shove a spoonful of Stilton in your mouth. It has to go with other bits, and it has to be just the right amount. It's kind of like it's the right amount of meme. You can't have too much of this. It's like too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Too much of a bad thing could be a good thing. I don't know.
Star Wars, right?
Perfect exactly.
Bring it right back down. Too much of a bad thing equals aged cheese. There we go. And then
aged
too much
cheese.
And then too much of that.
This is the Stilton of the internet.
Yes.
Welcome to our wonderful Stilton show.
And then too much of the too much bad thing is which became a good thing is now a bad thing again. And then too much of that too good thing that's become bad. That is too much, and too much of that has can become. It's a fractal, right? Like everything's a fractal. I want to read some of these comments.
Creativity is fun. Yeah, do it.
Cecilian, can't wait for when we create worlds running so fast that our subconscious brain can keep up. Can't keep up. So we feel like we live for 10,000 years. I don't know about that.
No.
I feel like life, just real life, is complex enough. it's pretty crazy when you think about like we're so obsessed with creating new worlds and going into these new territories. Maybe it makes sense if you want to have like superpowers and do all this stuff, but life to me just seems wild and complex and confusing enough. Instead of like creating a whole new world. Creating a whole new set of problems that's like a layer on top of all the other problems. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the making meaningful worlds will be the differentiation rather than, hey, here's yet another world.
But the truth is, like, I think, meaning, right? Like, what makes something meaningful is like.
That depends on the person.
Yeah. So you're saying something
deeply philosophical. I don't know what I was saying. Should we get into these slides? Yeah.
Sure. I don't think it's hooked up yet. So.
No.
Nope. Hold on. Let's see.
You can submit if you want to submit stuff into the stream. Just go to mooseandpolo.com/submit.
Hold on. How do I do this? I forgot to do this before.
Well, while you're doing this, I'll just say thank you to Tech70 for pulling everything together for us. It is much appreciated because we have a lot to do. So.
Yes, and it's been a new.
And thank you for getting the hot off the presses work from Freya. So thank you, Tech, for getting Freya's latest colorful room art into the thing. You know what we should do? Speaking of 4K, going from standard def to 4K to Tech 70K, we should like blow up this monitor and get bigger.
How did that happen? I gotta do this again. Hold on, you guys.
You should upgrade that on-screen monitor to like a 720p monitor, so we like gradually increment the monitor up. I mean, it's a new year, it's a new fidelity.
Okay. I don't know.
Who's that guy drinking Starbucks?
It's you.
Oh no.
What can I do right now? Do you want me to make it bigger?
Oh, nothing. Yeah, I like slides big.
Oh, yeah.
Slides big.
There we go. Let's see if I can make this work. I was doing some other secret surprise things, and I didn't focus on my actual regular duties on this stram, so just be aware. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, this is what I was going to say, just before we leave the philosophical talk.
Yes.
It's interesting when you're talking about making these worlds and making them meaningful. There's something to be said about like the struggle of life is what actually makes life meaningful, which kind of like our ideas of a utopia can't really exist in that context because we kind of need to earn the good things through like dragging ourselves through the mud. So the weird thing about creating these like virtual like metaverses is like eventually are they gonna need to be bad for a while so that they can be good? Just like the cycle. So it's like we build these worlds to escape from cycle. We build these worlds to escape from our problems, but in order to really get what we're looking for, we need to deal with like we just need to deal with our problems to feel that like satisfaction with life. So are we just going to create these worlds for us to struggle so that we can just do that loop again in the world, and then are we going to find an escape within that world and then just like keep going moving into the metaverse deeper and deeper and deeper until
And the cycle is inevitable. I mean, really, the creative cycle is all about like, I know nothing. I'm learning. I'm going to find this as artists. Formal Dad says you're going to start with knowing nothing and go down, learning more. And then you get to this point of expertise. Yeah. And then you know too much. Yes. And then your work kind of sucks because you know way too much and you're not naive enough, because the naivete is what makes creativity have that weird special sauce of good or not. You look at albums, like what makes a Billie Eilish album good versus excellent versus meh. I mean, so far she's just excellent. Like her and her brother are producing great content. But there's this cycle with bands. I mean, the bands and musicians, you kind of go through this. It's like, you know too much. Then when you know too much, it becomes stale and stiff and formal dad. Yeah. Formal dad knows too much. And then you want to go back up the other side to naivete. Mm-hmm. And then on that way, you get these awkward albums. It's like REM. They had a huge, long storied career. Totally. And then they put out albums where they know too much, like Around the Sun, and everybody hated it because they're like, what is this? It's awful. But it's the awkward, like, we know nothing phase that they're trying to get to, that they're not quite at. They still know stuff, and it still comes out in the work, and it's too aware.
And so many bands don't get past that process, right? I know the band that I was in.
It's hard because you have to work on, like, creative people are difficult. Yeah. Like, you have to reconcile the differences between people to make it work.
Well, even like the band that I was in, we had like really incredible creative infancy, right? Where we knew our instruments well enough, and we had like a good chemistry together where we could like have like a really good vibe and write really good songs, and our live performance was really awesome. But then crossing over to that professional realm, I think a producer picked us up a little bit too early, and then just shoved all this like technical stuff down our throat, and basically was like, you're going to create a masterpiece. And if you just listen to the record, it's just so overproduced, and we were just trying to, we knew too much, right?
You're talking about the EP?
Yeah, the EP.
I love the last track so much. The rest of it I could do without, but
I hear it too. Like, if you listen to the original version of all those songs, they're way more interesting and complex, but we thought we were creating this big professional album. We thought like we over intellectualized what a good album should be like, instead of like have that heart? And the heart comes from like having that technical skill in your subconscious, so that you can produce high quality professional work while also just being able to like live in the moment while at the same time, kind of thing.
It's so hard. That's and you can't bottle up magic. There's a really interesting series with Rick Rubin Have you seen this one where it's like, because Rick Rubin, like, he discovered transcendental meditation and he walks around with like all in white with no shoes as he produces bands, and he kind of sits cross-legged and just talks with the artist. It's really an interesting documentary because it's unpacking a bit of his process as a producer with bands. It's worth watching. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's on HBO. I think it's an HBO docu-series, but if you're interested in the creative process, those who are in the chat, it's a good one. It's worth watching him talk to different up and coming artists and see how everyone is different.
Yeah. See, my experience of working with a big producer was almost the opposite, where it's just like, I'm going to put you into my template that has given me success before, which happens a lot, right? And I think that's just the case because we were so young and we were like, we didn't really know what we wanted. And then he's just like, well,
it's more of an A&R producer. Like an A&R producer is like manufacturing hits, like Clive Davis. If you watch the Clive Davis documentary on Netflix, it's really quite interesting because it's talking about this band, or like he talks about Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow was a songwriter and he'd written all these jingles for commercials and stuff. And Clive Davis just said, you don't have any hits. So he said, here's the hit. I'm going to bring this to you and you need to perform this. And he's like, I'm a songwriter. Why are you bringing me other songs? And he's like, no, Mandy is going to be your hit. Here you go. And he does it. And he's right. It's a massive hit. And then it carries the rest of his repertoire because he's been handed this other repertoire to augment his work, and so he can become much more successful and bring all the rest of it with it. So it's really quite interesting.
I mean, that's a testament to the real talent too, because the risk of becoming a one-hit wonder in that scenario is, astronomical. Okay, let's move on. Great. I love these type of conversations, but I feel like we need to move to some.
Hopefully, you folks you can tell us if it's not interesting. Just say no in the chat. If it's interesting, say yeah, sure.
Yeah, and if you're just happy with anything, if you're happy with life and how we do things, just don't say anything at all. Just enjoy the stram. Okay.
just say stram.
Just say stram. Okay, Here we go. Let's do the presentation. Oh, look at this. We got some nice blue cheese here. Isn't that nice?
Blue cheese.
What makes blue? That was my son's first joke he came up with. What makes blue cheese blue? Because feta is better. Which is kind of funny. But then we're like,
kid jokes are the best.
Yeah, but we're like, cheddar is better. Makes more sense. But he's like, what? No, it's got to be feta. Okay, Moose and Polo. So January, is it January 7th? Oh my word, 2022.
Isn't this bizarre? I'm like, how are we already a week into this? Anyways.
Okay. First, before we start the stream, we want to say this stream is brought to you by Fantlers, #1 fan provider for hardworking moose. Watch our brand new commercial to understand why you absolutely need, and we mean that literally, a Fantler. So yeah, this is a word from our sponsor.
This stream is brought to you by Fantlers. Are you tired after a long day of blind obedience? Work. Cool yourself off with your very own Fantler. With our state-of-the-art cooling technology, you can quickly lose all thoughts of rebellious action and return to simply thinking of making profit for your business overlords. Buy one now at fantlers.co.mis and use the code I hereby forfeit my soul or you're fired. Please note that by purchasing a Fantler you agree that 001 Incorporated takes no responsibility for any side effects including but not limited to wanting to work for longer hours, wanting to take shorter breaks, asking for smaller paychecks, enhanced coffee addiction, becoming better at Connect 4, having a tendency to add selling to the end of words, having an obsession with caring, creating extremely classy works of art, watching Moose and Polo show every Friday or feeling like you no longer possess a soul. Fantlers. Cooler air. Hotter profits.
Yes, that's our sponsor. That was wow. Wait, what does it say? I hear by forfeit my soul or you're fired. Wow. Yeah, that's our sponsor, everybody. So
yikes.
Fantlers, yikes. Offer code yikes. And this stream is also brought to you by Moosey Tea. Are you bored of the everyday coffee flavor? Try our new tea bags. Get your first tea bag in 772 working days by visiting www.forbiddencoffeebags.com/forbidden-tea/not-tea. Actually, just coffee in a bag /not for sale black market !_URL .not real ampersand pound code not valid for £7. Is that a quid? £7? What is that sign?
Yeah, quid.
Yeah, is that quid? Nice.
So here's a magic pricing strategy thing for you. You know what they do to the UK? They take the dollar sign and just replace it with a pound. So if it's you go to Starbucks and it's $3 for your Starbucks, in the UK it's £3 because that's really fair to the UK, isn't it?
Yeah,
love it. It's awesome.
Love it. It's great. For a £9,072 delivery fee. And £527 service fee. Use the offer code Y@:9 for 0.01p off your 7th order. Code must be entered in all 7 orders. Each order resets on the 7th order count. Moosey Tea has been known to cause lawsuits. You will be sued for buying. Amazing. So yeah, those are our sponsors. Let's get into Twitch submissions here. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, is this read now? Like, do we have to read it, or is it? Am I? Oh, I have to read it.
Okay. We left off at chat.
Oh, wait.
I don't know. Tell us in the chat. Chat's gonna have. I can't even keep track at this point.
Hold on a second. We have a soundbite for this.
I hope you went
Do
to
we?
the bathroom.
Hold on.
Nope, I hate that.
Wait, hold on.
Time for a story.
There we go.
I'm
Time
holding.
for a story. Okay, I just got a soundbite from Cecilium that I've just played. Sorry. I didn't have time to crop it out, so I have the whole file. I won't play it for you. I'll spare you this round. But next time you're in trouble. Okay, so we left off. Am I reading chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 5?
I don't know. Tell us, chat.
Chat, where did we leave off?
I don't know what I'm doing.
What are we doing? Chapter 5 and 6. Okay, here we go. 5 and 6. The tiramisu titan sighed heavily when lifting his nose to the air. Wait, what? Do you remember? Can we do a catch up here? What's the TLDR for the first couple chapters? Where are we at here? What happened? Can somebody give us a write up in the chat, please, so we know what's going on? Just like bullet points here. I have this problem where when I read things out loud, I don't actually retain the information. Do you have that? So it's like when I read books to my kids, it's like I have to it's 2 parts of my brain where I have to work really hard to try and understand the story also while reading the words and emoting at the same time. Okay, so Herburb stole the tiramisu and Parrot and Moose are off to get it along with the tiramisu titan. They're working with the titan to get it back. Okay, here we go. Am I on 5 and 6? Here we go. Chapter 5. The tiramisu titan sighed heavily. Then, lifting his nose to the air, his eyes lit up. This way, he pointed, nose wiggling. Right, the two said in unison, running with the titan to catch on to Herburb's trail. Thankfully, the airship was incredibly slow, especially since it was carrying so much cargo, which made it easy for the trio to catch up. How do we get aboard? Moose said, looking at the airship to try and discern a way of getting to it. Can you fly? The titan asked, looking at Parrot. No, I'm a flightless bird, Parrot exclaimed, perhaps a little too sadly. I've got it, said the tiramisu titan as he turned to them. Moose, climb that tree and bend it down. Me and Parrot are going to sit on it, and then I want you to let go. We will soar through the air and land on that ship. Ooh, suspenseful. Chapter 6. The Good, the Bad, and the Coffee. Mugly. Oh, and the Mugly. I get it. Are you sure that's going to work? Said Parrot, a bit frightened. Of course it will, said the Titan, who then leaned down to whisper to Parrot, we'll give you the title of Flight, my friend. All the while, Moose was climbing the tree while confident in the plan. Moose quickly got to the top and bent it down. Right. I'm just imagining like a moose climbing a tree, like a big giant moose. Very awkward.
That would be so bizarre. Can you imagine seeing that in real life? Like this giant moose, like, I'm going to climb up this tree. Like, what's going on? Why is that moose climbing a tree? What's happening?
It'd be terrifying. Moose quickly got to the top and bent it down. Right, come on, Parrot. He's ready for us, proclaimed the Titan. They climbed aboard the tree, and Moose launched them off into the sky towards the airship. In that moment, Moose began to have a somber expression on his face. You were right, Moose, a voice from behind him said. Robbing that coffee-scented candle factory was an excellent idea. He continued as he proceeded to crackle with evil laughter. Moose replied in an almost monotonous tone. I always account for every possibility. That's what makes me so good at making profit. Wouldn't you agree? Herburb? Ooh, the plot thickens. To be continued. Oh boy. We need to do it. We need to write a little summary of what happened like before every stream. That is a wild story, everybody. I wonder what's going to happen in chapter 7. I think this could be an animated series for Netflix. Okay. The following slide has been brought to you by Sicilium's Nightlight. Every parrot knows that we must take extra care of our leafy friends if we want the island to be a happier place. Alternatively, we at the Plant Life Prosperation Agency know that not everyone likes all types of plants, and some of you sad parrots don't like any of the plants so far. But that's about to change. Introducing the Nightlight, a light that can absorb the sun's UV light, store it, and then cast it down on your daytime friends to watch them grow. No more needing to only buy night plants or having to take extra precautions before bed. Now you can place your colorful buddies anywhere without fear. Just type in promo code M&P Show at https://www.plantlifepro.co.pp/plant_care/shopping/nightlife/redeem. Written by Sicilium, channeling the energy of Dad. Very good. And congratulations on channeling the energy of Dad. I know that's taken me a very long time to do. And it's an ongoing journey. Congratulations. No, that's not what I meant to say. Okay, next on the docket. Dialga and Tech 70, a cultural holiday podcast with Dialga and Tech. Dialga tries to remember the name of Vietnamese dessert she ate years ago by drawing. This is content, everybody. Okay, this is exciting. In slideshow style, this is exactly what Moose is looking for. Tech wants to ask the community, how can we incorporate slideshows in Moose and Suits? Maybe make it into a game.
Oh!
This is a really good thing to get into because what we're about to... full disclosure, we don't know what's going on. Like, this whole slide is a whole... I don't know. Have you previewed this, Polo?
No.
Okay, so yeah, we don't know what's going on. You're getting real... It's a bit nerve-wracking. But I think I know what I'm about to watch, and I agree. If we can somehow create some sort of experience that reflects this slideshow style and a really fun, engaging experience, that would be pretty awesome. Okay, who's ready for some content? Who's ready for some content? We're about to watch some content, everybody. Here we go.
Cool. It's actually pretty good.
Here we go.
So, I tried to draw another rectangle, but this time it's entire covered in the foil. And it often has this logo. I can't remember. It varies.
What? What was that?
So,
I have to play it again.
I tried to draw another rectangle, but this time it's entire covered in the foil. And it often has this logo. I can't remember. It It varies.
This actually could work.
What is happening? I love it. I mean, 10 out of 10, everybody. That was really good content. Yeah, let's move on.
Let's check out some art, shall we?
What a good idea.
You are now watching.
Wait, hold on.
Let's check out some art, shall we?
Let's check out some art, everybody. Here we go. Anyways, thank you, Dialga and Tech70, for that awesome moment. I feel like there's
From the podcast.
from
I haven't
the
watched it yet.
podcast.
I'm sorry.
I think just keep doing this kind of stuff because I just love weird kind of like pieces of content that are confusing. You know, it's like what am I watching? Stuff that I love content where you don't really understand the context. It's great. It's great content. Love it. Okay, next on the docket. Here we go, everybody. Chai-Leo's Moose Avatar. What do you think?
It's awesome. I love it.
I love it. Finally, some good content.
Oh, sorry. You were asking what the community thinks.
Yeah,
I'll
what
shut
is
up.
the community? No, you tell me what you think too. This is awesome. It's so cute. I love this. Hold on, get out of. I made a mess again. How do I do this? I need to get out of the way here. What do I do? Order move to the front. There we go. This was an interesting process because at the first I was pretty hard nosed on the whole design of the moose. It's like they all have to have moose suits, and then this came forward and it was like, what do you think? And I was like, well, it's just really hard to say no when you see like a vision from somebody in the community. Like we still love the idea of making the moose in suits.
Would you look at that? It's time.
The constraints are an opportunity.
And so we might. I know that
it's easy to add options. It's hard to work under constraints.
Mm-hmm.
Would you look at that?
And I think for these community outfits, these are going to be like a special case. Like I'm imagining that so we still need to talk about this because I don't feel good about putting these constraints on the community too much, especially when you guys put this awesome vision in it and you're putting so much time and effort in contributing to these great communities. So I think it's awesome to give you these avatars. So it might not be a ton of layers. This might just be like the Chai-Leo look, and it's just one layer. You don't get to alter it. It's just like your tribe, because we do want to keep the in-world moose and suits experience kind of limiting with constraints. Yeah, so that was kind of this design when Imai was going back and forth with me. I was like, yeah, it's a little bit of it's quite a bit of a departure of the original moose and suits. So yeah, what do you think, Polo?
I think give people options to dress up. I just like limiting the number. My face. I just like limiting the number of layers in moose and suits. I think it's a, what suit do you want? Like having those kinds of constraints, I think are positive to that world, because if you're trying to make it sort of look like it goes a certain way, then that's cool. But again, like remixing is the game, right? So I'm a huge fan of avatar customization, and I have a heavy bias towards that. As a huge fan of Lego minifigures, like I love avatars and decorating them and seeing all the randomness of different avatars doing different things. So
yeah, I think
I like, my thing is we still have to figure out a system, because like this is really going to go into an avatar system regardless, right? So we have to figure out what layers are customizable or not in the world. And it's a scope thing. Like this is like, we're talking about this like, oh, we'll just do whatever we want. It's like every single item that we're talking about here Everything has a cost.
Right.
Like we're gonna have to we're talking fun. Oh, do what we want. Blah blah blah. But really, at the end of the day, it's like we somebody somewhere has got to sponsor that, and so we have to make decisions about. There has to be some no.
Yeah.
But also you can't I don't like trying to fully control. It's a tricky one. This one I've still haven't. I'm still thinking about. So
here's a good comment from Oli Gamer. I honestly think Mooseland should probably be limited to business-like attire, like suits, ties, etc., with Club Party Parrot being more towards a party attire. This is interesting because
I don't like constraints. Like this is my natural thing is to make it so that it's constrained but flexible, and that's what I love about an avatar system is because you can have it's still limited, but think about Penguin. Penguin only had how many layers? I think there's 12 or 13 layers in box critters on an avatar. There's something nice about that limit. Mm-hmm. It's you have to work within that 10. But if mathematically, that's a huge deal because you can have all of these items within each of those categories. And in fact, the more you expand the number of layers, the more you have to manage. So It's a scope issue.
Right. Well,
so I liked the idea of the moose being you can customize the suit layer and the hat layer. You kind of had something interesting there because it was this forced constraint.
Yeah.
The question is, how many layers is too many layers? How many layers is too few layers in order for it to feel
right? I love the idea of. Now, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, so you can take it or leave it, but the whole idea of having the community designs be really special and unique, you know what I mean? So it's no, just play with me here. So maybe we do have the suits be very limiting, right? So when you're actually buying the items, but there are some legacy alpha outfits that are super rare that are community generated, and it's just one slap, the whole design is just on top. Do you know what I mean? So it's this wouldn't be necessarily in layers. This is literally just one outfit that you just turn on. So it's that you wouldn't. It's the hair and all these. It's you are this person as a special thing, and then all the different layers and all the different costumes, or maybe the traditional suits are more just patterns and stuff. So it is beta exclusive. So if you participated in this process, you get rewarded in some sort of sense. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I gotta think about that one because we're designing it, so I have to keep scope in mind and project manage that. So
yeah, totally. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Just as a little idea.
Too much I got to figure out from a scope and cost perspective. So we got to be careful there. So yeah, let's move on to the next slide because my brain is not caffeinated enough to process that right now. Anyways,
process what? This?
Oh, figuring out the scope of avatars, blah, blah, blah. Let's move on to the next slide.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move on. And I think just to put a pin in this conversation really quick here, I think it's important to say that we love ideas and we love the creative process. So we're really open, but it's definitely just
constraints are a real thing.
Yeah. We want to manage expectations here where we're trying to let the cream rise to the top here and just everything.
It's not about every idea. It's about what we believe is the most impactful or positive ideas.
And that's a fractal approach where it's we're building off of structures of the past. So you might have a really awesome idea in Moose and Suits that might not happen, or an awesome idea for an avatar design or something, but that could spark a different conversation within the community that then leads to a different idea that leads to a different idea that leads to a different idea that then becomes canon. So it's it's all about community generated instead of one person's idea becoming a thing. It's how can we make the conversation generate the content and influence the content? I keep coming back to Operation Blackout, but Operation Blackout is that, right? It's an amalgamation of the community's like mythology within the community. And so like these types of conversations.
And it wasn't just the community. That's the important thing, is that the team had their own ideas, and it wasn't every idea that came from the community. It was the summarized ideas, and sometimes there's something highly specific that's a great idea, and that's worth elevating up to doing it. Sometimes you want to wait to see what comes up. Anyways, I'm not caffeinated enough for this. Can we move on to the next slide?
Yeah, let's move on. Okay. Hey! Mancala style game for Parrots Nursery by Jittermuffin.
I love this so much.
I love this too. This is brilliant. This is so adorable. I just love it. I
want to get the full one. 1 sec. I'll paste it in there.
Oh yeah. It's too pixelated for you?
No, I have the full widescreen image, so I'll just paste it in.
Nice. Yeah, paste that guy in there. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, I just went dead air for a second. Oh, look at that. This is...
And then stop posting the chat, everybody.
Hold on.
So we can actually look at the art.
Wow.
Cecilium, you have great comments, but we're looking at the art right now.
This is awesome. I just love it. Look at the expression on the guys in here. Hey, they're just like, they just woke up. The little details like that are so incredible. And how when they're being harvested, these buddies, they're sleeping and they're having a really good nap. And then when they're in the bucket, they're like, oh man, I wanted to keep sleeping. I love the subtle like character details there. It's really cute. Aww.
Yeah, and we had a good conversation about like the using sort of dotted, like it's nice to have a character that has like the dot, like no whites around the eyes. So like the sort of the more the younger sprouts, like having just beat like just the pupils, not the whites of the eyes, and then as they mature, then they have the whites of the eyes. It's kind of a really nice way to still have, like, it's a place for us to have like the dotted eyes, which is really nice. So
yeah, totally. I also love that. I love like, when you get a puppy and you have to wait until their eyes open. I don't know if you had puppies growing up, but there's a long period of time where their eyes are just closed. And it's like an exciting thing. It's like, oh, when are the eyes? When are they gonna open their eyes? I love that. We raised puppies a little bit and kittens too. That's what this kind of reminds me of. So, and then so it could be like their eyes are closed and then they like form into just these little blinky dots. It's awesome. Tamagotchi vibes.
I just also love that there's this is a prime example of the creme de la creme of community suggestions, right? Like we've taken Mancala, which is arguably kind of boring looking. If you just look at, hey, that's a board Mancala and it's got little marbly things on it. Cool. It's like, it's kind of very functional, and this takes it into something that's more, just more wholesome and has a good feel to it. And it's a combination of like, you've got some chili art in there. You've got some of Chaya's suggestions from, like, Chaya had suggested a space in Critters that sort of has this, like, I don't know, sort of outdoor pond idea. So we brought the pond into this, right? Yeah.
That's cool. I think you're totally right, though. Like the overall feeling and tone of this illustration is just completely on point. It was when I saw it for the first time, I was like, wow, it feels like I don't know, there's like a little bit of world building in here. Like you're getting it's one of the first few like completed pieces of art that feels like it's a story. Like there's it has like that immersive quality to it.
It all fits together, right? Like, so you've got the starting art, you've got the room art, you've got the characters in it. It's the first time you're kind of seeing the summation of those things represented in an illustration, and that's what we're hoping to get more of these, which is a perfect segue into the next.
Wait, hold on. Oh wait,
yeah,
hold on.
Okay. I'm waiting. What am I waiting for? Wait.
What did you just say? You just
segue.
said the word.
Yeah.
Whoa. There we go. You said the magic word. Yay! Wait. There we go. Good idea, guys. Let's move on. Let's segue out of here. I love segues, man. I've never actually ridden a Segway. Did you know that? Wow.
Neither have I. I personally wasn't really in a rush to.
No? Okay. All right. Next, here we go. Drum roll, please. Colored Breakfast Club in Party Parrot by Freya.
Wait, what? Why has it got... let me paste in the...
Let's see if I can do it before you can.
It's probably from the intro video, isn't it? Are you going to paste it first? You're good. Yeah, so a little bit of... Yeah, isn't that awesome? It is, yeah, it's really coming alive. And I'll just give some context as to some of the tweaks we made and why. So one of the things was we really wanted to make sure that there was enough space to accommodate dancing, right? So the room had to be sort of a broader dance floor.
Sorry. I'll stop.
My gut instinct was to quit the stream like that second. As soon as I saw my face, I was quit stream. Yeah, so what's awesome about this is now there's more of a DJ booth. We didn't really have for the role play. We needed like the DJ role play somewhere. Previous to this, we didn't really have a space for a DJ to kind of join in and sort of feel like they're facilitating everything, you know? And so the nice thing about what Freya has done here is, and what I love is that screen that's underneath the disco ball, and I'll just say this to you because I didn't say this, Freya, to you via chat yet, but the advantage of this is we could maybe broadcast video or something onto that. So maybe in the background, like, and they kind of did this in Club Penguin Island, but Club Penguin Island's dance game, and we talked about this, was basically just a pattern match. Like it was like left, right. Okay. And no, it wasn't left, right. It was like icons. It was like pie, donut, whatever. And then you have to go pie, donut. So it was less of a rhythm game and more of like a pattern repeater. Did you memorize the pattern and repeat the pattern?
I love games like that.
Do you? Well, yeah. I think it's good, but I think it's kind of a waste to try and make that a dance game.
Yeah, it's a different type of game. It's a different type of game, yeah.
So what we're talking about is more DDR, tap, Friday Night Funkin', that kind of vibe for this game. So Skyview's prototyping stuff right now. So this is actually kind of perfect because we needed to get them the colorful room so they could see it. And yeah, it's awesome to bring in some of the party parrot. We also stripped out text. So I'll give you guys a little bit of an education on some of the problems that we had with Penguin. So one of the struggles we had was we had to scale up a team of designers in every global region, even just to deal with the fact that we had drawn in text, and we called it baked in text. So we had a room that would have text in it. Anytime you do that and you're not using fonts, now you need to go and draw it for every single language. So what we've done here is we've made the choice to strip out some of the text. So previously that sign at the top above the exit, that previously said like, I don't know, it was like Beakfist or Breakfast and Dance or something to that effect. So we made the choice here to strip that out specifically based on the fact that it's much lower scope. Again, it's a production thing, right? Each of these things costs money to produce. So if we now have to go localize it into everything, that's where we want to be really careful about how often we do it. If we don't need to do it, like Polly's question about the exteriors, that's where we made the choice. We're like, hey, you're in the town and you'll want a sign that says something. You just don't want to do it every single time. Like you want to be really calculated about, okay, we need text here.
But
right?
and that's a good question. It's like, when do you actually need text?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can sell with just like a couple of images. You can sell an idea really easily. Like I would love it if it was like
just get better at your icon communication. Like it's actually a strategic thing.
And put
it's
it this
also
way,
good if you can strip it in the art and into where you can actually localize strings. It's way easier if you're getting into your own game development, you really want to pull your text into text-based mediums, because then you don't have to get into asset management of every different language of the versions of the rooms, right? So,
and then you're spending your time being more creative, coming up with cool ideas and content instead of localization. Because, oh my word, I just deal with it on the video side, and it's like how many hours you could just spend localizing everything, and then by nature you're not going to be
proud of your pipeline, but no one cares about your text pipeline, like for your videos. They just care about the video.
No one cares about your pipeline. I care. I care.
Well, you do, because you know how much time it saved you, but no one else knows how much time it saved you. It's like, Corey and I came up with a pretty great localization pipeline. I'm sure I sent you some of those assets. We found some like AE spreadsheet plugin that hooked up your AE to Google Sheets, and this was years ago, right? So I care. What do you care
too. About our pipeline.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Celium. I don't
about
care. You too.
I care about the output. No, I'm just kidding.
I care. Well,
you know that I care about pipelines. Like, look who you're talking to.
Yeah, but the good type of pipelines, not the pipelines that are ruining the environment. Okay. Next, so the following slide is brought to you by Cecilium's Coffee. This stream and every other stream is brought to you by coffee.
Hey!
It's here. Drink it. Every other Moosey is. It makes them stronger, smarter, faster, and makes them gods. Does it really? Who knows? Try it for yourself now. Just type C07733 at www.coo.ml.identification_form/yes_or identified/sales_e_taste.
Wow, I've never had someone read out a URL like this. This is impressive.
_sips, thank you. _redeem ultimately nothing. Right by Cecilium watching too many spy movies. So get some
Spy
coffee.
Kids?
Yeah.
Fun fact: I went and saw one of the Spy Kids movies, and it was in 4D, and they gave us like a scratch and emitted smells during the movie. It was really weird.
What?
Well, I actually think that's the future of
Are you
VR,
gonna say that smell-o-vision?
Yeah, smell-o-vision. We watched a movie and we watched Spy Kids and smell-o-vision.
Dude, that sounds terrible.
It was. Yeah, well, one of the scenes was like, I can't remember. Maybe Tech, you remember if you saw Spy Kids 4D, but I took my sarcastic older daughters to it, and lots of sarcasm ensued watching that.
Hey, I gotta escape to take a little break for a second. Here we go.
You want to move on to the next slide,
sure.
I guess? Or
Yeah. Discord chats.
Oh, maybe the next slide after that.
Hold on.
Oh, we gotta save that one for you.
Okay. Keep them busy, Polo.
That was really something.
Okay. How's everybody doing? You guys are talking about stuff, and I haven't been paying attention, so I'm sorry. What did I miss? Aside from I watched a 4D movie at a zoo once. Was it a Spy Kids one? Like, I don't know. Are there any other smell-o-vision movies that I'm not aware of? I mean, the Spy Kids thing was a shock to me as having some weird scratch and sniff thing. I did not see the secret message in the coffee ad, but that sounds amazing. You watched so Unity says I watched a 4D SpongeBob movie at an aquarium. It's the SpongeBob movie, I'm guessing, was 4D. And Rugrats 4D VHS tape. Wow, Bitsy, you're look at that. You're aging your VHS. What is that? Actually, fun fact, I have a VHS player in my office here. Maybe I'll try and show you. Look at right here. Let's see if I can show it. There. See, there's an NES, and there's my computer, which is running the stream right now. And that's a VHS machine right there, right next to my stream deck. Yeah, there you go. Fun fact. I'm just totally messing up the whole stream doing this, and I hope I didn't make everybody motion sick. But yeah, there you go. I actually use my Nintendo as a laptop riser. So there you go. That's my amazing setup in the Cloffice. I actually picked up this VHS. The fun fact: I picked up this VHS machine because I actually just picked up an upscaler. So I was hoping to try this FPGA upscaler with the VHS, but as soon as I brought this crappy VHS machine home, it ate the first tape I put in it. So what are you going to do? It was a Stan Lee How to Draw Marvel Comics characters on VHS that I found for $1 or something like that. $1, a pound, a quid. There you go. Tech says my VHS player can also play DVDs. That's the best one to get. At least it's smaller size. And sorry, Midnight, that you're feeling sick. Hope you're feeling better soon. Don't go coughing on people. It's good to stay away while you're sick. And I miss DVD stores. Yeah, it's a lot of stores are going away. Hey, like your Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, all that. It wasn't so much about the fact that it was DVDs. It was more just the fact that you could actually you could go to a physical place and go and talk to people about the physical stuff in that store. So I used to do work for a record store. I was trying to help them out, and it's hard. It's hard to keep a brick and mortar store going because you got to pay all this overhead just to make the place that's the gathering place. But what they found was that it was all about people getting together. It was about proximity to each other and having events and concerts. Like even with a record store, it's like, okay, well, you got to have concerts so that people have a reason to get together, you know? And Blockbuster was kind of like that. Like you go in there and there'd be movie nerds who, you know, it's kind of the closest thing to a dream minimum wage job. And you could go in and you could talk about bad movies. You'd be like, I watched this. Maybe you don't have any. And you do what we did as teenagers, and you rent the free movies from the education section, which, yeah, there's some great ones. One we rented was called What's Happening to Me. Oh my goodness. And the reason it was funny was because it's like a cartoon, like a kid's cartoon, and it was in the free education section, but then it was rated restricted because it's some like crazy puberty video. Oh my goodness. It was hilarious. So as teenagers, we were like, ha 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 ha, ha, this is so funny. But yeah, we used to go there and rent like the cheapest videos we could, and you could go and talk to the movie nerd, working behind the thing about, hey, what do you think of this movie? It was about a gathering place, right? Penguin was the same thing. It was a gathering place of people. You could get together and talk. So
I miss.
We need something in Moose and Suits. Oh, there's a Moose and Suits thing from Polly. I'll let you talk about that since you were talking about missing Blockbuster.
We need something in Moose and Suits to have a VHS as an acronym. We love acronyms in Moose and Suits.
Of course
very
you do.
High stress. That's like, we have a VHS moment. This is a very high stress. We're in very high stress. Something. Yeah, VHS. Or very happy, sad. So it's like a confused emotion. I'm very happy, sad. All right. Shall we do Discord chats? Business is a group of moosies. Idea received a lot of support. Okay, do you want to talk about this, Polo?
Yeah, we want to do original. We want to distance ourselves from anything to do with certain penguins dressed up certain ways. So as much as I think it's a fun idea, I would like to disconnect the business from the moose.
So
that's my feedback. VHS. So because it makes me feel very high stress.
So I think this is like, we should put this out in the open.
It's
I
fun.
love this idea. I've been trying to retain it, but at the end of the day, we want this
to make new.
Well,
and we want it to be ours.
Yeah, and if any slip up puts this whole thing in jeopardy. So this is one of the crush the joy moments that I fully agree with. It's just like, does this joy is there even like a slight % chance that this could result in the end of all of this? Then it's not worth it. So as much as I love the idea of like a herd of moosies becoming a business, we might have to just that might just live and die on the Discord in one day. What do you guys think?
It's kind of like the database of Penguin was erased, and along with it came the moose of the businesses. It went away, just like Polo Field went away. We're making a future, and we'll always be us. So that's what we're leaning into, is being ourselves.
So how come Cecilium says?
So I don't want to spend too long on this topic, and we can talk about it offline. So we should move on.
Okay.
I'll just say no, and next.
Yeah, we will. Hit us up in Discord if you want to get into a better chat about it. There are reasons. So
well, and to be honest, I don't even want to really get into a chat about it. I just want to say we want to distance ourselves from the past so that it's ours.
So that the future isn't so distant. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Team C's.
What is this?
This is awesome. I gotta say, I wish there were contributors to Team C's. So this is an initiative. Mr. Beast is basically like, let's help clean up the oceans, right? So it's a cool like clean up trash. Like we're dumping all this stuff into the ocean. What? So yeah, the cool thing is I can't remember who started this. Perhaps in the chat you could correct me on who started this campaign for like the Penguin community. But what's cool about this is that it was totally a community initiated thing, and I was just super happy to jump in and support it. And I just kind of wish that more people had, to be honest, but I am still super proud of what you guys did together. I think it's so super cool. So yeah, thanks everyone for being good people and giving back to the, even though it's, it's being part of something is cool. It reminds me of Coins for Change. And that's why I love Mr. Beast, because he's doing a way cooler version of Coins for Change, to be honest. Like the idea of doing something positive, but making a lot of fun out of it. Is just, it's money. I cannot praise him enough for it.
And it should be fun. Why shouldn't it be fun? Right?
Exactly.
Like, everything should be have a layer of fun added to it if you want to be productive. If you want that extra motivation to go the extra mile. It's like just straight willpower sometimes isn't enough. You gotta gamify it. Just like like with milestones too. Like I think we talked about this last stream. It's like I'm part of a run club where we carry over milestones and we gamify each step to make it fun for ourselves, and then it's just like a reason to push you forward. Just and exercising just for the sake of exercising is just not enough. You can't exercise just because it's better for you. I mean, some people can, but I can't. There has to be some sort of goal.
It's more impactful if you can combine multiple well-being. There's a book called Well-Being, and in it basically breaks up people's well-being into 5 categories. And they did this study. It's done by Gallup, who did StrengthsFinder. Oh, and cool. They did this study. I wish it was a stronger book than it is, but at least it made some really good points. The points it made were some of the happiest people in the world are basically North American Christians because they combine a bunch of activities together. So they'll do something that achieves multiple verticals of well-being. So they break up well-being into community, which is giving back, your friends and family, so relationship, separate from community. Like this is my friends, these are my family. That each of these buckets contributes to your overall sense of well-being. So there's those two, fitness, so exercise, like you acknowledged, financial, and can't remember what the other one was. But the point was, you'd have a church group gets together, and there's like 3 or 4 people that are all like they're getting maybe they decide to go and help rebuild somebody's kitchen as a gift to them or something, or go volunteer at a food bank. And because they're doing it together as a collective, they're scratching 2 itches there, right? They're hitting the relationship thing, they're giving back to the community thing. And then if it's like a fitness thing, like you're talking about with running, like now you're doing like it's physically good for you. So you're doing multiple things at once. So I think it's important to think about like, hey, when you're making stuff, is there a way that you could combine multiple verticals of well-being together?
Yeah.
That's just interesting to think about. Maybe I'm just being boring dad guy about it.
No,
but
it makes a lot of
I've
sense.
thought about it a lot.
I've thought about it a lot too, especially in the context of church. Like church and a lot of people have a lot of hang-ups from them, and I feel like, and obviously,
yeah, and I'm sorry to mention, it's just an example because I know it triggers a lot of folks.
Well, it's a good example, right? But I feel like there's a lot of learning to be had, and I'm not a fan of tossing babies into bathwater. So it's like there's a reason culturally why they existed in communities, and over time, things like as the fractal continues, culture becomes myth, and myth becomes, we lose the meaning of things, right? But way back in, you can see the virtue of just like, yeah, humans need to give back and humans need each other. And so these are systems put in place so that we get these important things that at a core baseline we just need. And I feel like I would love some replacement of that without all the dogma in my own life, right? Like, for my kids to be raised with,
just acceptance and togetherness, and that comes in lots of different forms, right? It's important just to think about well-being, and what I love about this is the thanks tech. Yes, it was Ninja. So thank you, Zach, for starting this. It's awesome. And yeah, just the idea is really like, hey, do positive things that check multiple boxes, man. Like, do something together as a community, give back together, and if you can make it a fitness hike, now you're building community. And if it's to raise funds for something, now you've covered 3 of the bases out of 5 for your sense of well-being. That's important.
And for me, like, I remember when this shift happened, because I was raised in the church and I rejected it, and I remember realizing like, oh wait, like I learned how to play the drums and I learned how to be creative because there's a facility that the community all came together and funded so that I could play the drums on a stage and I could be and I could have creative projects.
Do you have a picture of you playing drums? Because I think Paulie was asking what instrument you play.
There's a video, picture of
fun fact, both of us are in the Coffee Break Beats video from eons ago.
Just go on our Fields of Green YouTube channel. I don't know.
You're everywhere playing drums.
I'm playing drums all over the place. Just I guess here. You know what? I'll show you I'll post my favorite. I'll post my favorite live performance here. There you go. This is my favorite. If you want to see what I was like playing the drums, that's me. But yeah, so like, just shifting it from like, it's a way to like support a community. Unfortunately, dogma is basically just like saying this is how the universe works and this is just the way it is, you can't argue with it, and it becomes more of like a spiritual.
I'm not a fan of people telling people how to talk.
No, me neither.
Nothing pushes my buttons more in any community than that. Anyways, whatever.
Lauren says singing together is really good for people to emotionally, mentally, and physically. Agreed. An evolution of church into something that is more generally culturally and ideologically relevant today would be lovely. I've been wanting this too, because
there's a place to go and sing and dance,
and it's a safe place for everybody. I mean, so it's interesting. And I don't want to be afraid to talk about this too, because I think church is so much more than just like religion. It is like a community center. Which is
the most impactful parts are completely just people supporting each other, and that's really what any community deserves, is supporting each other regardless of where they're from. So
awesome.
Anyways,
Club Penguin was very much inspired by those values too. Okay, so the following is brought to you by Agent Psycho's Moosey TV. Oh boy, here we go, everybody. I don't know what I'm gonna watch here. Wait, what's going on? What's happening? Is this just a prank? Oh, here we go. Oh,
It plays in the disc. I don't know.
Oh.
We may have to. You got to play it from the Discord.
What is happening, everybody? I can't.
I think you put it into fake products in the fake products
Fake
channel.
products. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have my.
Let's check out some art. What do you got? You ready? Let's go.
That was really something.
Hold
Now for
on
something
here.
Let's check out some art, shall we? What do you got for us? You ready?
For what's
Do you want me to send you the file?
No, because I don't have. I need to find a good way to play it. Fake products. There's Fantlers. Is it way up here? I've intentionally. Oh, there it is. So. Here we go. Oh. What?
Hello there, Mooses.
Can you just play it
Oh.
locally?
Are you looking
Just open
for
the file.
a new
Wait, what's going on?
way of entertainment after a long day of crunching numbers?
How's everybody doing?
Haven't I got the thing for you, my friend?
What's?
Come down to Mooses.
Oh, it's just audio. Here we go.
Hello there, Mooses. Are you looking for a new way of entertainment after a long day of crunching numbers? Haven't I got the thing for you, my friend? Come down to Moosey's Shack and for a whopping discount sale of 10%, get the all-new Moosey's TV. Because remember, don't live a little, live a life with Moosey's TV.
Moosey's TV discount sale, 10% off, everybody. Okay, love that. Okay, Agent Psycho dresses himself up with some custom emojis. Agent Psycho, we love you, guy. Is Agent Psycho on the stream?
Not sure,
Oh,
but you're awesome.
yeah, you're awesome.
Thanks
for that video.
Huge thanks to Emai as well. Yeah, thanks for the video. It was fun. I love it. And yeah, huge thanks to Emai because we wouldn't have had the icons had she not done some exports. We were fiddling around with icons, and yeah, we're talking about icons. I'm being a pain in the butt as per usual. That's what I like to be. That's just me.
just who I
and you
am.
gotta just know that,
Let's
that
check
you know
out
I care
some art.
deeply. And as soon as you know that, like,
So, Poli said, this ad is great. I've said it on Discord, but it actually is what inspired me to make the Fantlers commercial. That's
nice.
That's what
That's
this is
awesome.
all. That's what this whole thing is about.
There you go. It's fractal right there.
It's a fractal, right? You do something, and I think like it's such a wonderful creative exercise too. And I really want to promote this on the Discord. Is like you make something, and then it's almost like for therapy. I know that like art, photography. I was talking to community members. Like it's a therapeutic thing to make something and let it go. It's like you create something and you put it on the community, and then you're just like, there we go, let's see what happens. And then you can like there's two ways you can go about it. You can say like, that's my art, I want all the credit for it, or you can, which is a lot more satisfying, be the inspiration for a lot more people to create a lot more things. It's like the continuation of the fractal. It's if there's like any form of spirituality that I follow, like that's it. It's like, how can we continue and inspire people and spread ideas and creativity throughout communities? And
you get to pick what ideas you want to spread, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like I would encourage you folks when you join the Discord, like, you know, I've been following a lot of Stoicism. One of the things it's a great reminder that came up in it was never be caught complaining. Ever. Don't complain publicly. Don't complain to others. Just don't let anybody catch you complaining. And you know, I have to catch myself constantly to be like, oh, complaining. I've even got to the point where we're making fun of our cat because our cat will go, "Meow, meow," and it just sounds like he's complaining like a cat. And so I said to Emma, like, if you catch me complaining, make the meowing sound, and I'll know that I'm being whiny. So it's my accountability.
Yeah.
What is happening with the snake in the face?
The snake?
What is going on? What is that at the top right? What's from Sicilium, I think? Is it a snake head?
Hold on. My son is just banging on my door. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Anyways, Yeah, so Imai has been working on icons. So a little bit about icons, really quick. I asked Imai for some help on icons, and the reason for that is because we're working on some design, UI and UX concepts. So I've shared with you folks and peeps, I shared with you some of the concepts we were developing for a launcher, right? Because we have the problem of where we may have a game in Unreal Engine and we may have a game in Unity and we may have some HTML5 thing. So I needed a place to kind of put it all. And so we've been developing this launcher concept. And in the launcher, there's places where I want to be able to put like icons to represent items. So Imai has been graciously putting up with me in my annoying requests, which was, hey, can we make icons kind of like what you had in Penguin, like each of the icons, or a lot of these other games, like the Habos, the Roblox of the world, like Roblox, every single item has an icon. And it may be that when we model the items, that we decide that, hey, we actually want to go with the 3D icons. But for now, what we want to do is explore kind of more like 2D Paper Mario sticker style, like that sort of white outline with a bit of a shadow around it so that it can pop off of a busy background. So yeah, basically that's what I've asked for. And I said, hey, we've got a lot of commissions to get through still. Well, actually not commissions, requests. Commissions, by the way, is somebody contacts you and says, I've got an idea. I'm gonna pay you a little bit of money for you to illustrate this idea for me and commission this. But you, as an artist in that case, you still own that. So in the case somebody comes to you and says, I want to commission an NFT, well, you own that thing and you need to say, I am okay with this or not. So if you're not okay with it, you need to be able to say, I'm not okay with this, which is why I recommend like the DeviantArt. They have a really cool system for saying, this is my art, I've uploaded originally, protect this from being exploited somewhere else by being used as an NFT without my permission, that kind of thing. So yeah, anyways, so the request, we've got a bunch of requests to get through, but I'm also simultaneously working on UI stuff. So I was like, hey, I kind of need this to work on these, a few of these stickers. And also one thing that was really fun is Polly, I asked Polly if he'd be willing to do a few descriptions. And so thank you for doing that, Polly. I appreciate it. We got a few descriptions for the items that are on your parrot avatar so that we can use them into design comps. And hopefully I'll be able to get some design comp ready to show it off to folks. Yeah, well, we'll see. Like it's kind of a mix of things and I'll have to decide when it's shareable or not. So yeah. Midnight says, the artist, I fixed this thing, a classic, no one else. But the artist even notices the error. Yep, yeah, that's a classic thing. No one knows the smell of your own farts better than you. It's like I, as an artist, know all my mistakes. I'm like, that was a mistake. I said this thing that was dumb. By the way, I say dumb things all the time. I think Moose knows this already. Community, meet Polo. Polo says dumb stuff all the time.
But we like dumb
just
stuff.
So you know,
we like dumb stuff.
So dumb is the name of the game. Okay, Zizzle.
Penguins. You actually saw penguins in real life.
That's so rad.
I used to work at the Vancouver Aquarium, and I used to visit the penguins all the time, and they'd come walking by my office. They were really cute. It was really cool. It's so weird that when you work in such a bizarre place, how used to it, I was so used to just seeing penguins.
So used to the animals being around?
Yeah, and I'd just be like, oh, I'm going to go see a walrus today. And I'd just know the walrus, and I'd be like, okay. But, when you're working, you're like, oh, I got so much to do. And they're like, you need to photograph the walrus. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I got to go, and I'm like, wait a second. There's a walrus right there, and I'm taking a picture of it. That's pretty cool. It's like you have to remind yourself that, but when you work in someplace day in and day out, it's funny how normal abnormal things can get. It's pretty remarkable.
Well, and how quickly you take things for granted. Like, one thing I don't want to take for granted, that we actually are being sponsored to be able to develop these worlds. Like, I really don't want to take for granted the fact that we can do this.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't want to abuse that. I really want to respect it. The fact that we're able to work on these worlds is huge.
Yeah.
And that we're able to get artists doing this stuff is huge. I don't want to take that for granted. And I don't want you as artists to take that for granted. Like, our dream is to make dreams come true. And to take that for granted would be crazy.
Yeah.
Just as taking a walrus being down the hall from you for granted is like, a thing too. Where it's like, do you want to take that for granted?
I'll show you the video. I just shared one of my favorite videos I did. To answer your question, Tech, the fact that you didn't know the difference and you followed us is actually a failure in rebranding. Vancouver Aquarium became Oceanwise. So it was Vancouver Aquarium, and they had all these initiatives underneath it. But they did, when I started working there, they had this big giant, is the reason why I started working there, is they were moving a big shift from Vancouver Aquarium to Oceanwise, which is like the umbrella company, because the Vancouver Aquarium does like a lot of plastic research. They do a lot of like climate research. They do a ton of other initiatives, just the aquarium, and people didn't quite understand that because they just associated, the Vancouver Aquarium is where you like kidnap animals and put them in prison. It's like, no, that's just like a small portion of it, and it's actually very much like rescue driven and used to fund like some pretty incredible research. Like the leading microplastics researcher is housed at the aquarium. So they rebranded it to become Oceanwise, so that they could, just have clearer messaging. So, I technically did work for the Vancouver Aquarium.
They can go bigger,
yeah,
right? So the advantage of not being like tied to the identity of it's a thing in a place versus Oceanwise is like, let's protect the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, let's learn about the ocean and protect it. It's way bigger. It's a way more compelling mission. To me, if it was me and I owned companies, I'd be more excited about Oceanwise.
Yeah. Is that where the band Penguins were at? Penguin Jail at the Vancouver Aquarium? Yes, that's actually a fact. Okay, Wanderers, Moose, and Parrot comic. This is
I love this so much.
Awesome.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful work. I love this.
Let's check out some art.
Parrot, help! Someone's been throwing rocks at me all day. Silly Moose. There's no need to worry, really. Gah. That just means they like you. Oh, it's good. They're trying to give you little rock buddies. Don't throw your rocks at other people. That's a rule number 1. Don't throw your pet rocks. Okay, here we go, guys. This.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay. I will. So this is extremely exciting for those of you who are participating in the Moose chat. Oh yeah, thanks Wander for making that comic. We love it. We love it. Okay, but this. Okay, so give you a little bit of context. Oh, here he is. There he is. He's picking out Pixel Guy. I knew you were here. I knew it. This here is... So a little bit of a story behind this. Pixel Guy is an awesome remix artist. So just like myself, I'm not a very good artist. Like, I'm not fantastic at just drawing things and coming up with things from scratch. Like, if you look at any of my music videos, it's the reason why I'm a drummer and not a guitar player. It's like I'm better at like remixing and making things into other things. And Pixel Guy, that's you to a T. And you give Pixel Guy some sort of idea or a direction, and then you'll be surprised, and it's pretty incredible. So this came out of a discussion, and going back to what we talked about earlier, we want to go away from, like, gradually move away from the flightless bird island world as much as we can, because we want to continue doing this without, any more, any potential problems. And so Pixel Guy made this incredible video, which is totally a throwback to the old school sneak peeks that Polo and I made. And I sent them a message. It's like, this is awesome, but I would love it if we want to continue doing this kind of stuff, we need to make it more like self-contained. So like we've created as a community all of the assets. Then we can continue. Then it can become its own thing, right? Anytime there's like a penguin, yeah, always. Anytime there's a penguin asset or art, it means we can't really use it in the future. It's just like it kind of dies immediately. It's great, and we love the art, and I love the Penguin Chat Discord channel. But if we want things to continue on and live on and become its own thing, we have to come up with something that exists in world or something totally original. So it was a challenge that was given to Pixel Guy, and this is what they came up with. So let's just watch it.
What you are about to see is discovered CCTV footage captured from an unknown location.
Oh, hold on. I want to make this full screen. I want to give this the credit. Oh, can I? I don't think I can. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Oh, I want to just make this full screen in all of its glory as much as possible. Here we go.
What you are about to see is discovered CCTV footage captured from an unknown location. After the alarm call, many moose flooded this building. One moose seemed to have fallen behind. They arrived 1 minute after the rest. Let's call them Polly.
Classic Polly.
As Polly went to sit at their desk, Moose sprang in front. Polly seemed to be expressing that he was sick. Disgusted, Moose sent Polly away. Polly then made his way across the office, passing to Moose battling at a game of Connect 4. The one on the left we will call Tech. Tech has beaten the other Moose. Obviously, the other Moose had walked away from the table. Tech waits for their next opponent. To their surprise, no one arrives, so Tech goes to look for the others.
Obviously.
A while after, we see everyone in the break room, taking a J coffee. Polly is on the dance floor with Moose, and a new Moose walks in. We will call Sicilian.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, when I saw that, I spat out my coffee. Whatever I was drinking, if it was hot soup, if I was eating lunch, I would spit it out because that just blew me away. And I was just like, we have to do this. This is something that we need to do. This is something we can do. I love the concept of like there being a CCTV style like nature documentary. And so we started talking about this on the Discord. And I think it'd be fun to collaborate on like a fun little documentary series, kind of like David Attenborough or Planet Earth, where it's like you always have that view, just like that perspective looking above it, and then you're just observing the moosies in their natural habitat with like a fun voiceover. I just think that'd be so fun and so cool if we did that. So working on the documentary. Don't work. My request, Pixel, is don't work in a silo. I know as creatives, I know I'm like this. It's very easy to just like hole up. But at any moment, if you can share with the community what you're working on, especially if there's a script or something that we can all kind of collaborate on, the more the merrier. So that would be my request. If you can come up with some type of script and then put it on the channel, and then Tech or Sicilium or anybody who wants to contribute to it, they can. Because I just want this to continue because it's just so awesome. So you are the one who got me sick. By the way, as a plus, we all talk about like building lore and building like story within the world. I think this is an amazing way to do it. So if we can start putting together this CCTV series that you guys all collectively build, like write the story and make these like content out of, like a series out of in this style. I mean, what better way to infuse lore into the world? So yeah, go on the Discord, Moose, follow Pixel, and yeah, keep doing it. But first, the next step, I think, Pixel, is to get that script. So, and make sure that you mention all of the Moose channel to get them activated, and also cross post it to the writing channel too, because there's some really creative writers in our community that I would love to get activated. Okay, next. Oh boy, I know what this is. The following slide is brought to you by Midnight Aurora's Precious Wigs. This stream is brought to you by Precious Wigs. Do you ever miss the good old days of uppies and moomies? Have you ever dreamt about hatching from an egg? Precious Wigs has your precious head covered. Made with only the finest artificial hair, the Precious Wig TM will have you giggling pink strawberry bubbles in no time. Don't believe us? Here's a review from a satisfied customer. The Precious Wig got me pricked by the bestest moo ever. She has a golden elmo and pink limousine. Precious Wigs, bringing you back to the good old days. Visit www.preciouswigs.com/takemymoney and enter the code GoldenElmoUppy58 for 30% off your first payment of $50 a week.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now that is a sponsorship I can get behind. The Precious Wig. I love it. Awesome. That is a masterpiece, and I think there's something about Mooseland being the home of the Pookies, which I think is just so awesome. I just think we should do it. I think we should somehow make Pookies part of this world. Okay. Wander's idea for adopting pet rocks. Ooh, this is cool.
Woo!
You just missed an amazing sponsor, Polo. Wait, are you still there?
I miss a lot. Let's be honest.
Moose, check your DMs.
Where's my button?
I gotta check my DMs.
I did check
my DMs.
Look, it's Daddy's back.
I did check my DMs. Well, blink and you'll miss it. Oh, we were just talking about. I
love Baby Shark.
I love Baby Shark. It's a love-hate relationship for me.
That's what I love about it. It's like Christian Shaw's a horse. It's like, I hate this. I love it. It's so wonderful.
So we were just talking about Imai, keep it secret, keep it safe. But we're just talking about how there's a way to have the Pookies live on somehow, and we were riffing on like how totally ironic and weird it would be for them to live on in Moose and suits, and we were talking about how like it could be like Moo Resources, and
hey, I'm fine with that. Why not? So spoiler alert for the D&D when we did it, when QDJ was kind enough, Ariel, she DM'd in the boiler room chat in the Discord, the old Discord, that I shut down because I was like, I don't know what to do with this, and so I needed a plan first. I was like, let's start fresh. But in that campaign, I had a Pookie character, so I think she may or may not introduce that into the campaign. So those who are playing D&D this week and learning D&D, ask QDJ about the Pookie.
I love the Pookie. All right.
Oh, were you there when I dressed up as a Pookie and totally terrified the rest of the team? Like
no.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, our little room, we decided to collectively dress up as Pookies, and I rented a bubble machine, and I made a soundscape of laughing babies over top of nursery rhymes. So people came in and we were dressed as Pookies with this bubble machine going and this like nursery rhyme music and laughing babies, and everybody was freaked out because of the context. It was hilarious because we're just literally dressed up as babies, and then people came in and they're like, "What? I'm so scared!" Like everyone was scared. Like Billy Bob just comes in and is like, "No," just leaves. Anyways,
I love it, man. The Pookies will live on. That is the Willy Wonka Pookie room. What? Willy Wonka Pookie room? I like the sound of that. It's like a good sound effect. Okay.
I feel like that like nice little like Wander's illustration of the parrot and the moose. I'm like, that's a pretty good representation of us. Right there,
yeah.
You know?
Hey,
I feel like that's
good.
what we're, isn't it? It's like this is really what we're trying to do is show the love for everybody's creativity. And I feel like the creativity is that little heart in the middle.
I feel like I want to get a tattoo of this. I feel like this is something that I'll get a tattoo of one day. Okay. I
also love the like the anime face on that rock is hilarious.
Okay, let's go into this Wander's idea for adopting pet rocks. To obtain a pet rock, you'll need a few things. A rock, any art utensil, draw a face on it, and spell it to make it come to life. Oh, you know what?
That's pretty fun.
I mean, it's so funny how
raising. Yeah, I don't know. It's very cool.
Well, the funny thing is sometimes you miss the most obvious ideas. You know what I mean? And it's like I always thought pet rocks is just like dump coffee on a freshly mined rock, but I'm like, but wait, if you were to get into the mind of like
what would your inner 10-year-old think?
Yeah, it's like, well, if you want to make a pet rock, you draw a face on it. So now it's like, do we want to tweak the adoption room to be like almost like an art station also? So it's like you get the pet rock, but you're also like you're making it too. Because I really like this idea. Because to make a pet rock, you gotta there's gotta be some art involved. That's cool. Hey guys, challenge to you. Why don't you make some pet rocks and post it on the channel, and we'll review it next week. I think that'd be really fun.
Or sprouts.
That'd be.
It can be mineral or vegetable. I love the sprouts too.
Hey, can we have?
I know we featured them in the Mancala. Can we do what? Sorry?
Can we have like an IRL submission challenge? So it's like you guys like do like.
Oh, you want to do real pet rocks?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like actually go out there and not draw, but like actually get a rock and draw a picture on it. Or
you know what? I'm really into that. I'll do it. If no one else does it, I'll do it. I'll paint a rock for next week.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make next week IRL as much as you can. Did I tell you
my dad used to do that? Like, because my dad was a fine artist, right? And
yeah.
So he used to actually do that when I was a kid. It was like, hey, here's all these painted rocks.
Oh, that's awesome.
He grew up around like in a First Nations reserve because his dad was a doctor. So a lot of his art was sort of First Nations. We have like all these really lacquered, beautiful sort of First Nations painted rocks that we had in our collection. So cool. I'm into painting rocks. I think it's fun. I'll get our toddler to paint a rock too.
Yeah, maybe I would. Yeah, I'll do it too. Let's do an IRL next week. Maybe we'll forget it. Maybe we won't. But if you guys want to run with it, let's do an IRL. So if you do submit art, make sure it's like in real life. So it's like physical art. I know we get that a lot of the time, but like let's make it. Yeah, let's
take a photograph of a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Paint a rock. Hit a tree with a stick, and then say sorry.
I love that. And also just like make sure you follow these ingredients. Get a rock, any utensil, and make sure you also have
instructions.
Yeah, make sure you also have love. So yeah, let's make this to obtain a pet rock, and then give it a name, and then keep that on your desk, and then say goodnight to it every night. You know what? I might do this for my son. I might make this a whole thing. I'm just like, hey Forrest, let's make some pet rocks and make it come alive, because we often forget that children have the ability to make things actually come alive in their mind, like actually, which is something that we lose as we grow up. But when you're a kid, you know, and you make a pet rock, or you have your favorite stuffy, that thing is real. You know, they can't differentiate the difference between the two, and I think that's really awesome. And I feel like it's losing that. Yeah. Do not invoke his name. What? Okay, next on the docket. Following slide is brought to you by Bitsy Mouse, Moose, and Polo Clothing. Do you get tired of wearing the same old socks and shirts all the time? Look no further. Only $10.99. Buy your merch today. Wait, do we have merch? We should have merch.
Well, you know what's really funny is I did try and start mocking that up in stream elements out of sheer laziness, just because you can just go, here's the image. And I thought, hey, if we have the merch up, then we can basically just take any merch sales back towards continuing doing what we're doing, which is paying artists to draw.
It's time for the Mooseland update.
It made sense. It was like, what? We could just keep doing that.
What do you guys say in the comments? Do you guys want us to make some merch? Would you guys, any plans for a Patreon? Yeah, perhaps, maybe down the future. Maybe
I
not
did
yet.
reserve the name. We haven't done anything with it yet, but it's there.
But would you like some merch? And at this point, it's going to be Moose and Polo merch, I'm assuming. It's not necessarily going to be party pair. It's going to be like memes done by the community, and like I'm thinking like screenshots. That's just like a t-shirt that's just a screenshot of a Discord chat, like really dumb like meme Discord things. Like that's kind of what I'm interested in. I don't know if you're interested in different things.
I want Bitsy Mouse's amazing logo thing on a piece. So that's what I want first. I mean, not to be biased, but
you're right.
I don't want my face on a shirt. I'll tell you that.
I want your face on a shirt.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'll pass.
Like that.
No. Oh.
Just because you say you
Let
don't
it
want
go.
it.
Let it go.
You've got a beautiful face, Chris. I mean, Polo.
You know what? I'm really thankful we didn't release the Let It Go cover. You know we covered that, right?
Oh no.
So in the studio we had the Club Penguin team cover Let It Go, and I'm on it. Thank goodness it did not get released. It's like that will remain in Pandora's vaults somewhere in the depths of somewhere.
Hey,
away, far away, deep underground, somewhere in Mooseland, I'm sure.
Does somebody in the community want to get this merch ball rolling? Because
I mean,
just
dad community. Oh no, does it feel like a dad community?
It is a dad community. There's a dad in everyone. Can we make I don't know, some type of channel, just like everything we want to be community driven. So can we just start riffing on potential merch items, and then we just make like a merch team where we come up with different ideas, probably starting with shirts would be the simpler one. And then because I'm thinking about, it's like, I want a Moose and Polo logo shirt. Heck yeah, I'd wear that every day. I'd take naps in that shirt. But they have to. They're always way too big. You have to, like, we only sell extra larges because there has to it has to be like a Snuggie. Maybe, I don't know. I'll start immediately. Okay, that's awesome. I'd say create a new channel on Discord, but it's
there's too many channels. Make it stop. It's like, it'll be the fractal up into, like, look at how many channels there are. Yeah. We've fractaled the channel growth.
Yeah. Okay. Next. Many community members wish Polo happy birthday January 1st. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. And thanks for the birthday messages. I hope you all get nice warm birthday messages. Not me. I'm just me. But yeah, hey, beautiful art. You guys are working hard on your beautiful art. I just want to showcase that.
Yeah.
That's what I care about.
And you know what? We do appreciate you. I know, and I think birthdays can be annoying, but they can also be a great way to, appreciate people in your life that you care about and that mean a lot to you and bring a lot of joy and happiness to a community. And you know what? You've pulled everybody together, and I think you do an amazing job at it. And I think your birthday is worth celebrating. So happy birthday, Polo.
Thank you. Yeah, I try. I've hung out to try and celebrate the community like I always did.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. A burb day. It's a burb day. Burb day among burb days.
Oh no, my face is big on the screen. I gotta be careful not to like lean into. Anyways, one thing on the merch thing, what I was going to say is we're looking to do with the moose and parrot stuff, we're looking to set it up like Minecraft. So Minecraft, you are like, even right now, if you wanted to, you could go and print a book, make t-shirts, monetize it off Minecraft, as long as it says it's unofficial. So that's basically what we want to do here. So it's not confused where you're not like, hey, this is an unofficial thing over here, an official. We just have to make it clear. Like if you decide right now to go and do a Party Parrot book and publish it yourself, you can. It just needs to say that it's unofficial. So I'm working on that language so that you're freely able to go out and make whatever memes you want. And, if you want to completely rebrand all of the CP3D into Parrot, you could. You just have to be unofficial. You just have to be clearly unofficial. Anyways, working on it.
See, this is the shirt design that I want.
Oh, man.
I want a shirt that's just like this. Oh, wait, not done yet. My shirt, I want it to be like this. Yeah, there we go. It has to have like a fractal in it. There we go. This is the shirt that I want.
Oh, man.
Can we make a shirt like that? I think I would wear that to sleep. I'd wear that every day, my whole life. Oh, man, I'm inspired now. I can't believe I haven't thought about merch yet. It's great. Okay, here we go. This will be a shirt, my friend. Next, Moose and Polo team members, Dialga Tech, are pen pals. No way. This just warms my heart. I love it. There's something so special about pen pals, man. Getting that physicality.
I wish you could make a pen pal system, like an anonymized pen pal thing, because like without the personal information. I mean, it's fine because you're, your late teens, early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, but. Yeah, I would love to do it like an anonymous. Surely there's something by now, isn't there? Like anonymized pen pal service where, you're not giving up your address.
Like
anyways.
Twitter? Yeah, maybe.
No, like for actual like the physical snail mail.
That sounds dangerous because that people would just send each other glitter bombs.
Well, no, that's what I mean though. Like not anonymous, but I mean not. Like keeping your address private.
There's like a verification. Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. Okay, I love this. The latest letter was sent from Dialga to Tech, which featured a Germany postcard and Dialga's link illustration of the holidays. Aw, that's so awesome. This is great. I love that there feel like there's long-lasting friendships that are being forged here. I think that's really special. There's an email pen pal service, but that's a little bit different. There's something, I mean, Tech, you can probably...
Physical is nice.
There's something about, like, getting something in the mail that is like, this still exists? It's like vinyl, right? It's like something that's like, it reminds you that, because like things can get just like lost in all the digital zeros and ones and stuff. Like, so when you really like think about it, like the tangibility of a actual pen pal is like, there's something super meaningful about that. And it requires an extra effort, right? It's meaningful in the sense that this like, oh, this person's like going to buying a stamp, like actually going to the post office or doing some actionable instead of like, using a robot to copy and paste a message. Okay. Wow. Has it been 2 hours? Holy Toledo.
Oh, sorry, everyone.
Sorry, everybody. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this stram. How do you feel? You feeling pretty good about this stram?
I love stram.
I love stram. What do you guys say? Should we wrap it up? Oh wait, one message from Tech. The Moose and Polo community is really lovely. That is true. That is true. I agree, and it's wonderful. It's.
Well, thank you for helping us make it lovely. It's up to us to keep making it lovely and not to devolve into complaints and oh, my life is, I've got this problem. Like, I keep my complaints out of the community. I'd encourage you to do the same and keep it lovely. Keep it focused on positive and creating things together and dreaming up ideas and making games and collaborating and writing stories.
Yeah. And I think keeping it small and keeping it like as friends is really important, right? We don't want to become like the mega church of, we want to keep it like a small community. Like we all know each other and we care about each other. And that's a great foundation in which we can grow some really cool stuff. And then, once this whatever we're building comes alive, we'll all feel like we've been a part of it, and then we can say that we were there at the very beginning and pass on the legacy and share it with, hopefully millions and millions of people.
Or even just a few. Let's make it matter for the few.
Yeah, it matters for everybody. 8-bit.
I was just fiddling.
Came back to mega church. It's a throwback to the earlier conversation on how churches are really just about communities, and sometimes they're over spiritualized and dogmatic. But at the foundation, it's just like a place to gather and support each other. And often where churches go wrong is they get greedy and become mega churches, and they become less and less and less personal. So keeping the community small is like, we don't want to grow and be less personal. We want to make it more personal and more caring. I think so. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm losing my steam here.
You're losing steam.
Yeah. Okay. Any last words, everybody? You gotta. Is this it? Are we gonna sign off together for once? Sign off.
Yeah.
Right on.
Wait, I got this thing that I wanted to show you.
What? What's happening? What happened? What's going on?
Let's check out the parrot.
What's going on? Did he leave me? I am sad. I'm a sad dad. Well, ladies and gents, guys, I just want to say that I've been abandoned. I'm an abandoned dad. And that's okay, because we're deep down inside, we're all just dads anyways. Real cliffhanger. The Moose and Moose Show. You know what? I think I might just sign off too, because I got all sorts of fun surprises to do. So, yeah. So that's it. Stick around. There might be more yet, but I'm not promising anything. So, till then, be yourselves. Always choose love over hate. Care about each other. Look out for each other on the strum, on the Discord, and yeah, love you guys. This is a really fun time. Let's do it again next week and come up with some merch items, because I think it'd be really fun. Okay, everybody, it's that time again. It's that time of day where we end the strum. And that's it. Happy 2022. This has been a good year. This is going to be a good year. And there's going to be lots and lots of fun secret surprises that are going to blow your minds. Okay. Happy New Year. Bye. Sponsored by Goodyear Tires. I like that. Let's leave it at that. Okay.
Hey players, thanks for watching. Join our Discord at mooseandpolo.com/discord to experience the new and most exciting community on the entire of MySpace. I mean internet. Yes, internet.
Carly, so can you just make sure I get some privacy? I won't be long. Cheer. Moose and Polo Show. Moose and Polo Show. Moose and Polo Show. Moose and Polo. 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 Okay.
Not the apocalypse. No, like the well, whenever you're ready to.
This song is great. It's
like Marmite. You have to have small doses. It's like often went on to.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I was going with it, that type of joke, but.
Is that the Oculus?
Yeah.
Yeah, Oculus Go.
No, it's the Oculus Quest 2.
Oh, that's the Quest 2 is the one. Like I don't know. I get.
This is like the flagship Facebook.
That's the
one.
handheld one, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I've done it. I've played a few games in it. I feel like I'm losing my mind when I'm in it too long. It's weird. It's like you accept the low resolution, and then when you go back into the real world, you're just like, oh, I have a headache. Wow, I gotta use the bathroom. What's going on? It's so weird. I don't know. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Moose and Polo Show.
Welcome.
This is
the greatest show on the internet.
The greatest show on the internet. It is true. This is first show of 2022. I feel a little bit older.
Do you think that resolutions matter, or do you think that they're? What's your stance on New Year's resolutions?
I think this is gonna be the year of 4K. You know, maybe I think we're gonna move away from 1080p. I think that resolution is gonna be like standard definition in the future. I think that's gonna be like the new standard resolution is definitely gonna be like 4K, and then the 4K is gonna be like 8K, and then so on and so forth. It's just a data issue. What do you think? Where are we headed with resolutions in our future?
I can't wait for 16K so I can see the lint. I mean, this was talking to it's crazy if a prop or a costume has like a little hair, like some of these hairs, like a nose hair fell off and went on somebody's shirt. You can literally see it right down to the pixels because it's just what 70K. Yeah, all these right. This is 70K.
Well, I think we're gonna reach a limit on the resolution, and then we're gonna need to work on models like 3D models.
Welcome to the show.
It's gonna.
We did it, guys.
We're not gonna want to capture the real world.
We had a Moose and Polo show.
This is a test. It is crazy how like I've played around.
We're remixing the stream.
A bunch, and it is pretty crazy how like you can.
Let's see how this works. Can you see me?
And you're like, wow. Like already, it's so easy to make your test. So easy to make. So easy.
I don't even know what's going on.
And if you just look at exponential text, but how 20 years ago, what's it
20 years ago?
20 years from now. All I know is hopefully there's lots of mooses wearing suits. That's all I hope. Hopefully there's a lot of pretty in
Hey, yeah, we'll have our own little silly worlds that are both dumb and wholesome at the same time. That's the mission statement. Dumb and wholesome.
Dumb and wholesome. I like that. I like wholesome. Well, dumb and wholesome.
Fun dumb.
Fun dumb.
Fun
Yeah.
dumb is a particular version of dumb. That's my kind of like. That's my flavor of dumb. It's like this fun dumb little world.
That's the kind of
actually want to make a difference.
That's the kind of dumb I identify with. It's there's something nice about this, like when you realize you stop taking yourself so serious. It's like, you know what? But I like that.
I think that's why the AI generation is so flawed. The flaws are what make it. Like Star Wars, the original Star Wars was just so dumb acting, dumb scenes.
I don't even know what's going on, everybody. Can you see it? Can you see it?
But I'd put it on a cheeseburger. I mean, but it's funny because like people don't really like blue cheese as much. You know, it's one of those things. I had a traumatic experience when I was younger with blue cheese. My dad was making a blue cheese dressing, salad dressing, and he was just like, "Hey, you want to try this?" And he had a big spoonful and just put it in.
Oh man, Dad!
And when you have it that dense, you're like, "This is mold. Why am I drinking mold?" It's like it's like any sort of spirit or hard liquor. You're like, "Why am I drinking?" It is poison.
It's you have to have small doses. It's like you can't just shove a spoon of stuff in your mouth. It has to go with other bits, it has to be the right amount. It's kind of like it's the right amount of meat. You can't have too much of this. It's like too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Too much of a bad thing could be a good thing. Yeah, cheese.
And then too much
this is the Stilton of the internet. Welcome to our wonderful Stilton show.
And then too much bad thing is became a good thing is now a bad thing again. And then too much of that too good thing that's being bad. That too much and that is yeah, do it. Yeah, can't keep up. It's gonna be like years. I don't know about that.
No.
I feel like life, just real life is complex.
Yeah,
maybe it makes sense if you want to have like superpowers and do all this stuff, but life to me just seems wild and complex. It just seems wild and complex.
Yeah, come on. Let's do it. Let's go for another one.
I think making meaningful worlds will be the differentiation rather than, hey, here's yet another world. The truth is, like, I think
what makes something meaningful?
That depends on the person.
Yeah. So you're saying something
deeply philosophical. I don't know what to say. Should we get into these slides? Yeah.
Sure. I don't think it's hooked up yet, so. Nope.
See, you can submit. If you want to submit stuff into the stream, just go to moosepolo.com/submit.
Hold on, how do I do this? I forgot to do this before.
Well, while you're doing this, I'll just say thank you to Tech70 for pulling everything together for us. It is much appreciated because we have a lot to do. So
yes.
And thank you for getting the hot off the presses work from Freya. So thank you, Tech, for getting Freya's latest colorful room art into the thing. You know what we should do? Speaking of 4K, going from standard def to 4K to Tech 70K, we should blow up this monitor and get bigger.
Yeah, come on. Everybody, come on.
We should upgrade that on-screen monitor to a 720p monitor, so we gradually increment the monitor up. I mean, it's a new year.
It's a new
fidelity.
I don't know.
Who's that guy drinking Starbucks? Who's that guy drinking Starbucks?
Oh no.
Who's that guy drinking Starbucks? Who's that guy drinking Starbucks? Who's that guy drinking Starbucks? Who's that guy drinking Starbucks?
Who is he?
Who's that guy drinking
Where did he go?
Starbucks? Who's that guy drinking
Where did he
Starbucks?
come from?
Who's that guy drinking
Where is
Starbucks?
that guy?
Who's that guy drinking
I
Starbucks?
want to know.
Who's that guy drinking
Where
Starbucks?
is he?
Who's that guy drinking
Who
Starbucks?
am I?
Who's that guy drinking Starbucks?
Where are we going?
Who's that guy drinking Starbucks?
Who is he?
Who's that guy drinking Starbucks? 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 Who's that guy drinking Starbucks?
Who is that guy?
Who's that guy drinking Starbucks? And then on that wave, these awkward albums, like REM, they have a huge long storied career, and then they put out albums where they know too much, like Around.
frustrated because like, what is this? It's awful, but it's the awkward, like we know things that they're trying to get to that they're not quite at. They still know stuff, and it still comes out in the work, and it's too aware.
So many bands don't get past that.
I know, it's because it's hard, because you have to work on, like, creative people are difficult. Like, you have to reconcile the differences between people to make it work.
Even like the bands that I was in, professional round. Like a producer picked us up a little bit too early and then just shoved all this like technical stuff down. Maybe we could create a masterpiece. And if you just listen to the record, it's just so overproduced. We're just trying to we knew too much, right?
You're talking about the AP. Who's that guy drinking Starbucks? I love the last track so much. The rest of it I can do without, but
I hear it too. Like if you listen to the original version of all those songs, they're way more interesting. We thought we were creating a big professional album. We thought like we over intellectualized what a good album should be. So like have that. Yeah, and the heart comes from like having that technical skill in your subconscious, so that you can produce high quality professional work while also just being able to like live
yeah, but it's so hard. That's the and you can't model magic. There's a really interesting series with Rick Rubin. Have you seen this one where it's like, cause you know Rick Rubin, like he discovered transcendental meditation and he walks around like all in white with no shoes as he produces bands and he kind of sits cross-legged and just talks with the artist. It's really an interesting documentary because it's unpacking a bit of his process as a producer with bands. It's worth watching. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's on HBO. I think it's an HBO docu-series. But if you're interested in the creative process, those who are in the chat, it's a good one. It's worth watching and talking to different up-and-coming artists. See how everyone is different.
Yeah, what do you think, Polo? To the front. There we go.
This was an interesting process because at the first I was pretty hard nosed on the whole design of the moose. It's like they all have to have those suits. And then this came forward and it was like, what do you think? I was like, well, what do you think? I was like, it's just really hard to say no when you see like that vision. It's like, what do you think? Like, it was like, we still love the idea of making the moose in suits. What do you think? I was like,
would you look at that?
What do you think?
The constraints are
and so we might, I know that
it's easy to add options. It's hard to work.
And I think for these that was
give people options to dress up. I just like no, my face. I just like limiting the number of layers in this and suits. So like it's What do you think?
think? And it's like, what do you 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 think?
As a huge fan,
what do you think? What do you think? And it's like, 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 what do you think? And it's like,
different avatars do randomness of all the randomness, 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 I might. Randomness. But really, at the end of the day, it's like we somebody somewhere has got to sponsor that, and so we have to make decisions about. There has to be some no. But also you can't I don't like trying to fully control. It's a tricky one. This one I'm still having a tricky one. This one I'm still having a tricky one. This one I'm still having a tricky one. Randomness.
This is interesting.
I don't like constraints. The natural thing is that it's constrained but flexible, and that's what I love about an avatar. Flexible, and that's what I love about an avatar. Flexible, and that's what I love about it. It's still limited. But like, think about Penguin. Penguin only how many layers? Penguin only randomness. Penguin only over 13 layers in box layers in an avatar. There's something nice about that. Something. It's like you have to work randomness within that 10. But if mathematically, that's mathematically because you can have randomness. All of these mathematically, all the randomness. Mathematically, mathematically. Mathematically, all the randomness. Mathematically. Because it's this force constraint.
Yeah.
The question is, how many layers is too many layers? How many layers is too few layers? In order for layers, mathematically, all the randomness layers.
I love the idea of. No, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, so you can just thinking off the top of my head.
Mathematically, all the layers. Randomness.
Thinking off the top of my head.
Mathematically.
Thinking off the top of my head.
All the randomness. All the randomness. All the randomness.
Get off the top.
All the randomness. I'm not caffeinated. Let's go on the next slide.
Hey! Let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
All the randomness.
Yeah, paste that guy.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
look at that. Look at that. Yeah, let's move on.
Stop posting the chat. So you can actually look at the art.
Wow.
Cecilia, you have great comments. You have great at the art.
Awesome. I just love it. Look at the expression on those guys in here. They just woke up. And the little details like that are so incredible. And how I mean, the hardest thing about it is they're sleeping and having a really good nap. And then when they're in the back of the
And we had a good conversation about the using sort of dots. It's nice to have a character that's like the dot, no whites around. So like it's sort of the more the younger sprouts, like having just beat just the pupils, not lights the eyes, and then as they mature, then this kind of really nice way to still like it's a place for us to have the daughter space, which is really nice.
I also love that. That's okay. Yeah.
I just also love that there's this prime example of the creme de la creme of community suggestions, right? Like we've taken Mancala, which is arguably kind of boring looking if you just look at, hey, it's a board Mancala and it's got little marbly things. Cool. It's kind of very functional. This takes it into something that's more just more wholesome and has a bit just more wholesome, and it's a combination. Like you've got some chili art in there. You've got Chaya suggestions from like Chaya had suggested a space in critters that sort of has this like critters that's based in 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 critters that's based in
There's like a little bit of world. It's like a little bit of world building. It's like a little bit of you like a little bit of world building art that like feels like a little bit of world building, like feels like a world story,
it all fits together, right? Like so you've got fits together, right? Like so you've got fits together, right? Like so you've got fits together, and it's the first time you're so you've got summation of those things represented in an illustration, and that's what we're hoping to get. Things more of these
There we go. You said it right here.
Good idea, guys. Let's move on. Let's segue out of here. I love segues, man. Let's move on. Let's segue out of here. 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 Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's segue.
to accommodate dancing, right? So the room had to be sort of a broader dance floor, yeah. So what's awesome about this is now there's more of a DJ. There's more of a for the role play. We needed like the DJ role play. There's more of a there's more of a play. Didn't really have a space for a DJ to kind of join in and sort of feel like they're facilitating everything, you know. And so the nice thing about what Fred has done here is, and what I love is the scene that's underneath the disco ball. And I'll just say this to you because I didn't say this, Freya, to you via chat yet, but the advantage of this broadcast. So maybe in the background, but Helping with Islands, like it was like pie, donut. Now you have to go pie, donut. So it was less of a rhythm game and more of like a pattern repeater. Did you rhythm game and pattern and repeat the pattern? Rhythm game and video or something onto that. So maybe in the background. And they kind of did this in Clubbing on Islands, but the advantage of this is we could maybe broadcast video or something onto that. So maybe in the background. Like, and they kind of did this in Clubbing on Islands, but Clubbing on Islands, Clubbing on Islands, basically just a Clubbing on Islands. It was like background. Clubbing on Islands, right? It was like icons. It was like pie, donut. Then you have to go pie, donut. So it was less of a rhythm game, more like a pie, donut, pie, donut, pie, donut. That's a pie donut for this game. So Skyview's prototyping stuff right now. So this is actually kind of perfect because we needed to get them the colorful room so they could see it. And, see it. See it. We also pie donut. So I'll give you guys a little bit of an education on some of the problems that we had. So one of the struggles we had was we had to scale up problem.
Like it's actually a strategic thing, but it's also
like where you can actually localize strings. It's way easier if you're getting into your own development. You really want to pull your text into text-based mediums, because then you don't have to get into asset management and every different language of versions of those, right? So
and then you just spend your time being creative, cool ideas, content instead of localization. Because I just deal with videos. Yeah. How many hours?
Oh yeah,
localizing it's everything. By nature,
and then you get proud of your pipe.
Everything. They just cares about your pipeline. I care.
Well, you do, because you know how much time it saves you. But no one else knows how much time it saves you. Corey and I came up with a pretty great localization pipeline. I'm sure I sent you some of those assets. We found some like AE spreadsheet plugin that hooked up your AE to sheets. You know, and this was years ago, right? 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 This was years ago, right?
You know that I care about pipelines. Like, who are you talking to?
This was years ago, right?
Talking to, talking to, talking to, talking to, talking to, talking to, talking to,
sarcastic daughters to it, and lots of sarcasm.
Hey, I gotta.
You want to move on to the next slide? Oh, maybe the next slide after that. was it just? I don't know. Are there any other spelling that I'm not aware of? Other I did not see the secret message in the coffee ad, but that sounds amazing. Sounds. You watched. So Unity says I watched a SpongeBob movie. Is it these? It's these SpongeBob movie. Spon. Rats. Wow, Mitzi, you're aging. Like, look at that. You're aging. Your VHS. What is that? Actually, fun fact. I have a VHS player in my office here. Maybe I'll try and show you. Look at the light here. Let's see if I can show it. There. See, there's an NES, and there's my computer, which is running the stream right now. Yeah. And that's a VHS machine right there. Right next to my stream deck. What is that? There you go. Fun fact. I was totally messing up the whole stream doing this, and I hope I didn't make everybody motion sick. But yeah, there you go. I actually use my Nintendo as a laptop riser. So there you go. That's my amazing setup in the office. I actually picked up this VHS. The fun fact: I picked up this VHS machine because I actually just picked up an upscaler. So I was hoping to try this FPGA upscaler with VHS. But as soon as I brought this crappy VHS machine home, it ate the first thing I did. So it was a scam. How to draw Marvel Comics characters on VHS that I found for $2 or something like that. A dollar, a pound, a quid. There you go. Tech says my VHS player can also play DVDs. That's the best one to get. At least it's smaller size.
And sorry, Midnight,
you're feeling sick. Hope you're feeling better soon. Don't go coughing on people.
It's good to stay
away while you're sick on people. And I miss DVD stores. Yeah, it's a lot of stores are going away. Hey, like your Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, all that. People stores are going away. Coughing on people, 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 stores are going away. As soon as I brought this crappy VHS, so. Coughing on people. Coughing on people. Coughing on people. Don't do it. 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 Coughing on people. Coughing on people. Minimum wage job. And you could go in and you get to talk about bad movies. You'd be like, I watched this. Maybe you don't have any. You do what we did as teenagers, and you rent the free movies from the education section. Which, yeah, there's some great ones. Yeah. The one we rented was called "What's Happening to Me." What's happening to me? And the reason it was funny was because it's like a cartoon, like a kid's cartoon, and it was in the free. There's some great ones. The one we rented was called "What's Happening to Me." Oh my goodness! You rent the free movies from the education section. Which, yeah, there's some great ones. The one we rented was called "What's Happening to Me." Oh my goodness! And the reason it was fun, you rent the free movies from the education section. Which, yeah, there's some great ones. The one we rented was called "What's Happening to Me." Oh my goodness! And the reason it was funny was because it's like a cartoon, like a kid's cartoon, and it was in the free education section. But then it was rated restricted. It's happening to me. 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 It's happening It's happening to me. 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 In Moose and Suits. Oh, there's a Moose and Suits. Ollie, I'll let me? What's happening to me? What's happening to me? What's happening to me? Happening to me? Happening to happening to happening to me?
This is my cue to sign off.
Happening
It's
to
been
me?
fun,
Happening to
everybody.
me?
Thanks for the jam. Thanks for the fun. It's time to sign off now. Goodbye. We love you. I love you.
What's happening to me? 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 What's happening to me?
It's time to go. Go. Business 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 go.
So as much as I think it's a fun idea, I would like to disconnect from the moose.
So
that's my feedback.
VHS.
So
because it makes me feel very high stress. 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 Feel very high stress.
Goodbye. Love you guys.
Feel very high stress. 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 Feel very high stress.